This is Retro Sports Radio. Visit RetroSeasons.com for more sports history.
On Sunday, September 12th, 1976, the Pittsburgh Steelers faced the Oakland Raiders at Oakland-Alameda County Stadium for Week 1 of the 1976 NFL season. The Steelers were the defending back-to-back Super Bowl champions and were coached by Chuck Noll in his 8th season leading Pittsburgh. The Raiders were coached by the legendary John Madden and were looking to make it to their first Super Bowl after 3 straight losses in the AFC Championship. This audio recording is from the radio broadcast featuring announcers Tony Roberts and Tom Pagna.
The public address announcer here at the Oakland Coliseum is announcing the starting lineup for the Oakland Raiders. It's their offensive unit. Wide receiver Cliff Branch, at left tackle Art Shell, the left guard is Gene Upshaw. Dave Dalby is the center. George Bueller is the right guard. The right tackle is John Bell, and the tight end is Dave Casper. The quarterback, of course, Kenny Stabler. At running back, Clarence Davis. The other running back is Mark Van Eeghen. The wide receiver, the flanker on the right side, is going to be Fred Biletnikoff. And that's the starting lineup now for the Oakland Raiders. Now, the procedure this year is that the coin toss is not until 3 minutes before this ball game is to get underway. And I do not believe that they have had that coin toss as yet. So since they announced the Raiders offensive unit, let's take a look at the Steelers defensive unit. The front four at left end, L.C. Greenwood. The left tackle is Joe Green. The right tackle is Ernie Holmes. And the right end is Steve Furness. The linebackers, probably the most familiar trio of linebackers in the National Football League. Jack Ham, the left linebacker. The middleman, the mean one, Jack Lambert. And the veteran on the right side, Andy Russell. As far as the defensive secondary, J.T. Thomas at left corner. The strong safety is Mike Wagner. The free safety, Glenn Edwards. And the right corner is Mel Blunt. In a couple of minutes now, the NFL kickoff on Mutual.
Weekends were made for Michelob. Weekends were made for Michelob.
There's a great entertainer in town, Mick 7. Mick for Michelob. 7 for 7 ounces of the beer that's always an unexpected pleasure. Try it out for size this weekend.
Weekends were made for Michelob. Weekends were made for Michelob.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. Distributed by Utley Distributing Company.
We are having the coin toss. It's flipped up in the air. The captain of the visiting team will call, and I believe Oakland will get the choice. The official explaining, and Oakland is going to receive. Pittsburgh will kick off. And so the toss of the coin, and the nod goes to the Oakland Raiders. The Raiders clad in the black jerseys with the silver pants and the silver numerals. The Pittsburgh Steelers in the gold pants, the white jerseys, the black piping, and of course the black helmets.
You notice the boos, Tony, a couple of the Bradshaw and Rocky Bleier and a lot of yays.
And Tom Pagna, right now, our national anthem. Of our national anthem, sung today by television recording star Giselle McKenzie. Right now, we're getting all set for the kickoff.
Weekends were made for Michelob. Weekends were made for Michelob.
Maybe this would be a good weekend to try Mix 7. Mick for Michelob. 7 for 7 ounces of unexpected pleasure. Look for Mix 7 in the gold 6-pack.
Weekends were made for Michelob. Weekends were made for Michelob. Have a nice one, you hear? Weekend. 52 times a year. Weekend. Don't forget, remember to pick up some Michelob. Weekends were made for Michelob.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. Distributed by Utley Distributing Company.
And Mutual's first Sunday afternoon football broadcast is moments from getting underway. Roy Girardo will kick off for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and waiting near the goal line. To our right is Carl Garrett. To our left is Morris Bradshaw. And this one, a big one for both ball clubs, is about to get underway. Again, a beautiful sunshiny day. Temperature 65, very high sky here at the Oakland Coliseum. And the classic confrontation, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Oakland Raiders, a rivalry that matches that of the Bears and Green Bay Packers many, many years ago.
It's a spectacle I never tire of, Tony. The anxiety and the electricity that you can feel here just before that kickoff, where you think all those thoughts.
Well, I wonder what Mr. Bradshaw and Mr. Garrett are thinking right now, and here's Girardo about to approach the football. Roy's been around a long, long time, and this one about to get underway. Girardo, soccer-style kicker. Boy's about 7 yards behind the ball. Runs up on an angle, gets the boot, it's up in the air, it's coming down. Bradshaw, no, it'll be Garrett. 2 yards deep, at the 5, at the 10, circling to the right, 15, 20, goes to the outside, at the 25, the 30, breaks one tackle and is knocked down somewhere around the 33-yard line.
He had a little something going there. He started up the middle, broke it to the right, and is blocking for him pretty well.
And the man that made the hit out there, at least one of the Pittsburgh Steelers, was Jack Delaplane. A running back who's done a fine job, especially in the preseason for the Pittsburgh Steelers, a rookie out of Salem College in West Virginia.
Steelers are going to take an even front up front. Looks like an even. Yeah, Lambert's in the middle, a middle linebacker. Now they move Joe Green over a little bit.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line. The turnaround, the give by Kenny Stabler. There may have been a fumble, but I believe the whistle blew the play dead. As the handoff went to Clarence Davis, he tried the right side. That right side was stacked up by the big guy, L.C. Greenwood, and by the linebacker, Jack Lambert.
He's menacing. He climbs right up on the nose on an angle on the center just before the snap of the ball. Kind of makes you think a little bit.
Well, the ball is still at about the 34-yard line. Second down, no gain on the play. Second down and 10 yards to go. Kenny Stabler, the quarterback. Turns around, the left-hander looking, throws out to the left flat, taking up the 27, at the 30, up to about the 32 or 33-yard line. And it's Clarence Davis once again, and he may have gotten a yard up to about the 35, and that's about it.
That was an interesting decoy that the Stabler came up with right there. He split two wide receivers to his right, and the defensive secondary for Pittsburgh moved over to compensate. There was one man left on the tight end. He came back, looked to the double receiver, and screened off.
So it's third down. They still say 10 yards to go, no gain on the play. Poletnikoff wide to the left. Stabler getting the snap, dropping back, looking, throwing out in the flat. He's got his tight end, Casper, at the 43, at the 45, the 48-yard line. And Dave Casper comes up with a catch, and it's good enough for the first down. And getting up and just a little slow there, looks like he was holding his right arm, was Jack Ham, the 6'1", 225-pound, 7-year veteran from Penn State, backing up the left side of the line. But the pass is complete. Stabler to the tight end, Dave Casper.
Great protection that time. Zone coverage, and he picked it apart.
Casper, of course, a former Notre Damer. That'll make it first and 10. The ball at the 48. The handoff up the middle. And Davis finds very little running room. Gets it up past midfield down into the Steelers' territory. And the last man to get up from the bottom of the pile for the Steelers was Ernie Holmes, the 6-year veteran tackle from Texas Southern.
Incredible pursuit on the interior of that line. L.C. Greenwood and Joe Green, Ernie Holmes converge on the interior run.
Second down and 8. The ball just past the midfield stripe at the 48-yard line. Here's Stabler, I formation, pitches back. Kyle Garrett can't go inside, goes outside, breaks one tackle, gets down to the 45-yard line. Fine lateral pursuit by the Steelers defense. Andy Russell was there. Coming up to make the hit was the right quarterback, Mel Blount, a 6'3", 205, 8-year veteran from Southern U. So on the play, we've got third down now at about 5 yards to go, as the ball is spotted down right around the 46-yard line of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
He's got some working room here, Tony. 3rd and 5 is a good run action down. You can go for a bomb. You can go for the little short 5-yard pickup.
Steve Banaszak in the backfield along with Garrett. Here's Stabler dropping straight back, looking, throws up over the middle. Caught by Garrett at the 40. He loses the tackle at the 35. Cuts in, gets down to the 30-yard line. And the Raiders have another first down. A fine catch by Garrett as he came out of the backfield from the right side, circled around over the middle, made the catch, eluded a couple of tacklers, and got it right down to around the 30-yard line, and it should be another Oakland first down.
You know, Tony, there were 4 receivers on that, and the deeper one, leading Garrett, was Casper. Garrett came underneath it, and it flooded 4 people out in the zone.
So another first down for the Oakland Raiders. They started back at their own 34. They're now down at the Steelers' 31-yard line. Steelers with a 4-man front. Stabler on the give. Banaszak going outside. Andy Russell grabs him, and then grabbing that jerk, lost control, and somebody else came in and grabbed him and knocked him down right at the 30 to 29-yard line. Mel Blount came up very quickly, and the mean one, Jack Lambert, was also there to help on the play.
That's a pet play for them to the weak side, to the split end side, to give to the fullback, let him slant it in there, take it if he's got it, if not, dip it outside. Well, he dipped it that side to the sweep side. But it's funny about Ham. He's tough to get around.
A gain of a yard. Second down. 9 yards to go. The ball at the 29-yard line of the Pittsburgh Steelers. There is no score. We are in the first quarter. The Raiders started back to 34. Here's the handoff by Stabler. And it looked like he was going to drop back the pass, sort of a halfback sprint. Ball was given to Clarence Davis, and Davis ran into the right side. He ran into Steve Finesse, the 6'4", 255-pound, 6-year man out of Rhode Island. And the play comes to a grinding halt somewhere around the 28, 29-yard line. So it'll be third down now and about 9 yards to go for a first down.
They've shown 2 sets here, Tony, so far. The pro set, conventional flanker back and split end, opposite sides, and 2 receivers to a side. Now here they come out again with the 2 receivers to their right. It'll be interesting to see if he floods it.
Wide to the left, we've got Lipnikoff and Bradshaw. Stabler looking. He's going to throw down the left sideline. It's headed for Bradshaw, and it's incomplete. And he was given a shot by Mel Blount just to let him know, Mr. Bradshaw, I'm here, and don't forget it.
That was interesting. The underneath coverage, that is the linebackers and the inside, the 2 cornerbacks and the linebackers played man coverage all over. They had 3 receivers out, wide receiver, tight end, and flanker back. And then deep behind the linebackers was a twin safety to pick off. It's called double free safety. Good coverage.
Stabler's 3 for 4, 32 yards. All right. Here comes the field goal attempt. It's up in the air. It is blocked. Scramble for the football, picked up by one of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he is wrestled down to the ground immediately. And the big guy to knock it down and grab the football was number 75, Mean Joe Green.
A wall, a tyrant on defense.
Well, Freddie Steinfort does not succeed on his first field goal attempt. He's 5'11", 185 pounds, number 5 draft choice out of Boston College. He replaces the aging veteran George Blanda. And so we have no score on the blocked field goal. With a score, Oakland nothing, Pittsburgh nothing. There's a timeout on the field. Now this for Buick.
To the man who bought the Skyhawk, to the girl in the Century, we're glad you like your Buicks, glad you set your spirit free. And to the family from Ohio, to the folks up in St. Paul, nice to see you join us, nice to see you all.
There I was with my new Buick Skylark, and there he was, just coming out of the store with a new coffee table. I like your coffee table, I said. I was going to buy one just like it. Thank you, he said. I like your Buick Skylark, too. I was going to buy one just like it. Thank you, I answered. Then he suggested, listen, You like my coffee table, and I like your Skylark. Why don't we get married? What can I say? I guess it was love at first viewing.
It's nice to see you join us. We're glad it came to be. Nice to see you join us. Glad your spirit's free.
Buick, dedicated to the free spirit in just about everyone.
First down at 10 for the Pittsburgh Steelers, their first offensive series of the game. No score, first quarter action. Bradshaw turns around, gives it to Rocky Bleier. Bleier loses one tackler, goes to the wide side of the field, gets past the 40 and hustled out of bounds somewhere around the 45-yard line. So the original line of scrimmage was the 44. Bleier getting about a yard on the play. A gain of 1. It'll be second down and 9 to go. Bradshaw at quarterback. The running back to Rocky Bleier, Franco Harris. Randy Grossman is the tight end, and the wide receiver out to the left side is going to be, well, he's inside this time, and that's Johnny Stallworth. So both ends are inside. Pro set. Bradshaw reaching under center. Ray Mansfield, a veteran of 14 years out of Washington. Bradshaw dropping back, looking, fires up and in and out of the hands at the 43-yard line. That pass was intended for Lynn Swan, and I want to tell you, Lynn Swan was really muscled by free safety Jack Tatum.
That was just an individual play to the flanker back. Swan was out to the right, went down, did a curl hook, and the defense timing was just perfect. He knocked the ball out of his hands.
Jack Tatum, 5'11", 206, a 7-year veteran from Ohio State. Coach Tom Pagna really established that was his territory, and Mr. Swan had better beware.
It's a good time to do it early in the game.
Stallworth in the slot to the right side. Swan is wide to the right. Deuce backfield, Harris and Rocky Bleier. Here's Bradshaw. On third down, looking, throwing down to the left sideline. Pass intended for Grossman, and it is incomplete. Incomplete pass, and coming up to make the hit on the play was Charles Phillips.
You know, that's an amazing play, Tony, because if that ball had been thrown with a little less air under it, he drilled it, and if he didn't drill it, it was an interception ball.
So now it becomes fourth down at 8, and the Steelers unable to move the football outside of a yard gained by Rocky Bleier on the sweep to the right side. And that means that Bobby Walden, a 14-year veteran from Georgia, 6 foot 190-pounder, is standing back waiting to boot, waiting for the snap back at the 32-yard line. Deep man is Neil Colsey. The kick angled off to the far side. Hitchin will go out of bounds somewhere around the 22-yard line of the Oakland Raiders.
The Oakland Raiders moved the ball on that last drive. It was just a set of circumstances moving here inside the 40 that stifled them. Now they're starting deep in their own territory, and Stabler probably try to run a couple plays out of there, get a little working room, and then go with that marvelous arm of his.
Well, they marked the ball down at the 18-yard line, and the Raiders have it first down and 10 at the 18. There's a timeout with a score. The Oakland Raiders, 0. The Pittsburgh Steelers, 0. Now, this word.
Weekends were made for Michelob. Not a cloud in the sky. Weekends. Say a few friends drop by. Weekends. Let you know which beer you're going out to buy. It's Michelob.
The bottle's the same famous shape, and the beer inside, 7 ounces of unexpected pleasure. That's why they call it Mix 7. Next time out, try it out for size. Mix 7.
Weekends were made for Michelob. Weekends were made for Michelob. Have a nice when you're here. Weekend. 52 times a year. Weekend. Don't forget, remember to pick up some beer. Michelob. Weekends were made for Michelob.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. Distributed by Utley Distributing Company.
They had Branch wide to the left, and Boletnikoff wide to the right, and Stabler turned around and gave the ball to his running back, and Mark Van Eeghen gets that ball up to about the 19-yard line, maybe a gain of 1. And Tom Pagna, both teams, of course, doing a little searching, feeling out. No score here in the first quarter. looking for the break that's going to get their offenses in high gear. But for the most part, doing a lot of punching into the line and searching out each other's defense. Second down. They say a gain of 3. Second down, the ball at the 20-yard line. 7 yards to go. The handoff. Davis coming to the outside. Gets it up to about the 30-yard line, but there is a penalty marker on the play as he sweeps to the left. A lot of Pittsburgh Steelers. As a matter of fact, one of the Steelers wound up with a football eventually, and that happened to be the right quarterback, Mel Blount. But the penalty marker on the play,
that sweep away from the double receiver side, it had to be called, Tony Roberts, because of the definite overlay of the defensive secondary on the Pittsburgh Steelers. They get double receiver one side, boom, the secondary switches that side, and the Oakland Raiders came right back with a sweep to the opposite side.
Well, the Steelers were offside on the play, so the walk-off is 5. That'll make it second down and 2, and the ball at the 25-yard line. Biletnikoff comes out wide to the right. Out to the left side, the speedster, Cliff Branch, who played at Colorado. Quarterback Kenny Stabler, a left-hander, turns around, gives that ball to his tailback, Mark Van Eeghen, and Van Eeghen gets it up past the 25 up to about the 27 or 28-yard line. Mean Joe Green is there, and so is L.C. Greenwood to make the stop on the play.
That was that Marv Hubbard play that they ran so well. That, again, slants the split end side, but Marv, of course, is hurt and gone for the season. Mark Van Eeghen got some good yardage there.
And if you're wondering what happened to Mark Hubbard, he has a pinched nerve in his shoulder. That required another operation. He probably will not see any action this year. Now we're going to have the stretch, the first big one of the afternoon, and the Oakland Raiders have themselves a first down. A first down for the Oakland Raiders. First and 10, the ball at the 28-yard line. No score, first quarter action. Next Sunday, the Los Angeles Rams, the Minnesota Vikings. From Bloomington, Minnesota. And the Vikings were out in front of New Orleans 30-3 at the half. And that spoils Coach Hank Stram's debut as coach of the Saints. Here's a snapback. Stabler dropping back, looking, may have to run, fires. The ball is in and out of the hands of somebody at about the 32-yard line. Looks like it might have been Clarence Davis, and that's who it was, the halfback coming out of the backfield. And he was ridden to the ground almost immediately by Jack Cam. Both the linebackers and the defensive backs are really establishing their territory beyond the line of scrimmage, Tom Pagna.
They're so quick with their reflex and so great at coverage. Oakland so far has got 3 first downs, 2 passing and 1 running, and I really think that it's difficult to take a steady diet of running against the Steelers.
Biletnikoff is wide to the left. Out to the right side is Cliff Branch. Van Eeghen in the backfield along with Davis. Stabler back to throw. Looking. Gets away from one man. Circles to his right at the 20, the 25, the 30. He runs out of bounds at about the 33-yard line.
I'll bet you Coach John Madden is just shaking in his shoes when that quarterback has to scramble. He did a great job of scrambling. Everybody was covered, and he ducked the rush and came out to his right. But you sure hate to see him run. He's a valuable piece of property.
Well, they'll spot it at the 33, and it'll still be about 3 or 4 yards short of a first down.
You take the 2 wide receivers on that last play, the flanker and the split end. The defensive secondary corner people were just on them, so tight, and the rush was getting to them. You know, there's just not a whole lot you can do back there when they agree that they're going to meet at the quarterback.
And on that play, Van Eeghen and Davis did not come out of the backfield.
That's
so we only had 2 men to throw through, and they were both covered. Third down, 5 yards to go. The ball is at the Oakland 33-yard line. There is no score. Stabler back to throw, looking, fires upfield, caught by Davis. Don't take it by Cliff Branch, and he is ran to the ground. He was picked up by Mel Blount and caught almost head over heels and driven into the turf. That was a pretty good body slam in a wrestling match.
Yes, I should say he cleared the ground with him. That was that classic wide flanker driving off deep and the end coming down underneath, or the halfback swinging underneath it about a shallow course of about 10, 15 yards. Has to be an ideal throw. Stabler can do it.
Branch has given his forward progress, and that's going to put the ball up at about the 48-yard line. 2 yards shy of midfield, so Stabler hits Cliff Branch. A very difficult man to cover one-on-one, Tom Pagna, because he has such great speed. Out to the right is Branch. Out to the left, we've got Biletnikoff. There's a fumble in the backfield, and I believe that Stabler fell on the ball.
Looked like a missed handoff, Tony. It looked like strong formation right, divided backs, and going to be a sweep right, and he missed the handoff.
Garrett's in the backfield now with Mark Van Eeghen. So the ball is put back at the 45-yard line. That'll be a loss of about 3 yards. Second down, around 12 yards to go. They say the ball is at the 46. So a loss of 2.
You know, earlier in the first quarter, they tried a screen pass, and I looked for him to come back. They've had pretty good field position. Wouldn't be a bad shot right here. For instance, there's a double receiver. It was the same set they did, double receiver right.
Wide left, Biletnikoff, and a slap to the left side. We've got Branch. Here we go with Stabler. Back to throw, looking, throwing to the left sideline. Wide open foul. Garrett at the 46-yard line, 44-yard line. I want to tell you, he looked like the lonesome man. The closest man to him was Mike Wagner, the strong safety, and he was about 5 yards away. And Garrett tried to run with it before he found the handle and dropped the football.
You know, the defensive corner for the Steelers was a little afraid of Garrett, I think, deep, because he backed up. And in backing up, Garrett stopped dead at about 8 or 10 yards deep, right along the sideline. And I think he just knew that he had it, and it was so obvious he took his eyes off. Unfortunate.
All right, they pulled Jack Ham, the middle linebacker, out, and they have inserted Donnie Shell, an extra back, in what they call the nickel defense, or the prevent defense. Now it's third down, 12 to go. The ball is up the 46-yard line. Stabler with Van Eeghen back there, looking to throw. Looking with Branch down the left sideline. Comes back on the pattern. Gets the ball. 40, 35, eludes the tackler. Inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line. Branch did a great job. It looked like the old button hook. He wheeled around, caught the ball, eluded the Pittsburgh left cornerback, Dave Thomas, spun around again, brought the ball upfield, and got it down to the 28-yard line of Pittsburgh.
That's an uncanny move he made. As he ran, as Cliff Branch ran down the sideline, when he got to a point of 10 yards, he came back sharp towards the passer, and a great delivery put him in the clear.
You know, this is where the sports are. Mutual brings you Notre Dame action every Saturday afternoon, plus the big college bowl game. Sugar Bowl, Orange Bowl, Liberty and Gator Bowl, Senior Bowl and Pro Bowl. The best in football action over most of these Mutual network stations. First and 10. Oakland at the Pittsburgh 28. The pitch out. Davis trying to look for some running room. At the 30, the 25, the 20, and hustled out of bounds somewhere around the 18-yard line. Former Southern California star, Clarence Davis.
You know, that's exactly the formation they ran him. They were in the eye that time with a combination of receivers away from him. The short side of the field. That's the Clarence Davis I remember.
Well, out there to make the play, Jack Lambert, the middle linebacker, and also the safety, Glenn Edwards. No score. First period action.
I'd look for the tight end pass here. There's a flanker and a wide receiver now, and I look for the Casper. No, it's a run. I'm sorry.
Second down and 2 yards to go. The handoff, right up the middle over right guard, and it's going to be a first down for Oakland down about the 14-yard line. The call to Mark Van Eeghen. He is hit by linebacker Jack Lambert, and also by Ernie Holmes, but it'll be another first down for the Raiders as they march forward. So it'll be first and 10, about at the 15. Let's pause briefly for station identification. This is Mutual, your news and sports radio network.
This is WSON in Henderson, your sports leader in Kentuckiana.
Here come the Raiders out of the huddle. Dave Dalby out over the football. In the backfield, Clarence Davis, and now Pete Banaszak. Wide to the left, Biletnikoff and Branch. Stabler back to throw. He's got time. Looking, still has time. Lost the ball into the end zone. Branch had it. Off intercepted. It looked like Cliff Branch may have had it, but it was picked off in the end zone by free safety Glenn Edwards, a 6', 185-pound, 7-year man from Florida A&M, and the Oakland threat dies in the end zone.
Tony, what they tried to do there, and it was a good call, they took the slot back and the tight end on opposite sides and crossed them, figuring that Pittsburgh would be in a defensive man-to-man coverage, which they were, but the coverage was so good and the ball lofted that it caught the interception. Well, with the score still 0-0, there's a timeout on the field. Now this for Midland.
Yeah, 10-4, you got the rubber duck on the way, good buddy. I had enough of that trying to face the flat. I just couldn't get a doggone bite. So I called on my convoy buddy to see if he could make it right. But with a million Midland Seabees around, there's always one to help you out. So thanks to my convoy buddy, this old duck's going to get him some trout fish.
Join Midland Convoy, get Midland Speedy.
10-4, we up here at Lost Lake. Now got me strings along your whip antenna. Come on.
drive. You should have seen the one that got away.
When you get a Midland CB, you get a convoy buddy. Come on.
Well, we've got 5 minutes and 7 seconds left to play in the first period. There is no score. Pittsburgh nothing, Oakland nothing. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The ball at the Pittsburgh 20-yard line. The Raiders went 62 yards before the pass was picked off by Glenn Edwards, intended for Cliff Branch. So here come the Steelers. And out over the football now for Pittsburgh, veteran Ray Mansfield. Quarterback is Terry Bradshaw. The running backs are Rocky Bleier and Franco Harris. Wide to the right, we've got Lynn Swan. Hand off to Bleier. Breaks one tackle up to 20, 25. Breaks free, gets up to about the 28-yard line. Very hard runner, Rocky Bleier, former Notre Damer. Acquitted himself heroically in the Vietnam War. Came back, became the comeback player of the year in the National Football League. And he has just ripped off 7 yards going over the right side. And it'll be 2nd down and 3 yards to go with the ball at the 27-yard line.
That's pretty good strategy. They faked Franco one way in kind of a cross-buck with Rocky. Now they're in the eye and the slot formation.
Deep man in the eye is Bleier. The pitch back to Bleier. Harris leading the interference. Rocky cuts it at right tackle. He's going to pull his way for what looks like first down yardage. And then some as he gets up to the 30-yard line. The Oakland defense gangs up on him, knocks him out of bounds somewhere around the 31 or the 32-yard line. He's hustled out of bounds right there. So Rocky Bleier and the Steelers should have the first down at about the 32, depends upon where they... That is their first down. Our statistician is Bob Coffey.
Funny, 3rd down conversions. Oakland's had 3 out of 4, Tony.
There where they spot the football. Stabler's going 5 for 9 for 67 yards and 1 interception. So they're going to spot that ball up around the 39-yard line. There was a face mask grab. I did not see a flag dropped. Apparently it was down the sideline where they had the gang of players. So a face mask grab sets the ball upfield, and it'll be another first down for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. Again, Harris and Bleier in the backfield. Hand off to Franco. Franco can't find any running room at all.
I think he dropped the ball, Tony.
He ran into, but apparently the play was blown dead, or Pittsburgh recovered. He ran into Charles Filliol, the rookie defensive left end, a 6'8", 270-pounder from Texas Southern. He was the number 2 draft choice of the Oakland Raiders. Boy, Filliol was waiting for Franco Harris with open arms, and Franco really had no place to go.
That was a costly penalty. They may have made the first down anyhow, but the Raiders, I am told, were the most heavily penalized team last year.
Well, that means they are aggressive. They give him 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Here's the turnaround. Bradshaw off to Franco Harris. Cuts back against the grain as he gets to the 40-yard line. Spins around and gets it up to about the 43 before being stopped on the play. It'll be a pickup of a couple for Franco Harris. As Monty Johnson, the middle linebacker, a 6'5", 240-pound, 5-year veteran from Nebraska, now in his 2nd year at the middle linebacker spot, makes the tackle.
Pittsburgh's doing something with a split receiver on occasion. They're bringing him in and making an eventual 2 tight ends. Here, of course, there's 2 wide receivers.
3rd down and 4 to go for the Pittsburgh Steelers. No score of first quarter. Here's Bradshaw, back to throw, throwing up over the middle, open Bleier at the 50 to 45, at the 40, inside the 40 to 35, down to about the 34-yard line. Before finally being knocked down on the play by left side linebacker Phil Villapiano.
That was a crossing pattern and a check through. The tight end crossed from his left to his right. Rocky Bleier came out of the backfield on the right half position and underneath the crossing end. 4 receivers.
A 1st and 10. The ball is at the 35-yard line of the Oakland Raiders. Wide to the right goes Lynn Swan as the Steelers marching goalward now. Then Swan out to the right. The ends are in sight. Here's Bradshaw handing off. And nowhere to go at the 35-yard line. Franco Harris having difficulty as a linebacker. Phil Villapiano, 6'2", 225-pound, 7-year veteran from Bowling Green, makes the stop.
Well, that was going to just be a power play where they lined up and let Franco have it going to his right, but he lost his footing as Villapiano came in to meet him. You know, he's amazing anyhow. Franco Harris has got those quick feet and a tremendous surge of power when he gets it turned up the field.
Flanked out to the left side is Johnny Stallworth. Lynn Swan is also left. Here's Bradshaw with second down and 10. Hands it off to Rocky Bleier, and Bleier tries right tackle, fumbles the ball as he's hit around the 28-yard line, and the Oakland Raiders have recovered.
That's very interesting, Johnny, because it was a trap play. It was one of those things where Rocky was lined up at left halfback. They opened Bradshaw. Rocky slanted in, the left guard pulled, and they had great daylight. And it's that little extra effort after he had 5 or 7 yards gain and tossed the ball up.
Monty Johnson recovered the fumble, and it'll be Oakland's ball, first down and 10. Bradshaw 1 for 3, 22 yards. Third down conversions, he's 1 for 2. The Steelers are anyway. So it'll be first and 10. Well, for the Oakland Raiders, the ball is at the 27-yard line.
They're moving the ball, but coughing it up inside the 20-yard lines.
Wide to the left is Branch, who now comes in motion toward the line of scrimmage. Stabler back to throw, looking out of the backfield. He's got a man at the 35-yard line. And that pass was caught by number 28, Clarence Davis. And they'll give him the forward progress up to about the 36-yard line.
That was an interesting play. Came out of the backfield, did a maneuver underneath the wide receiver, made it look like a long pass, and then Stabler jetted it out to Clarence Davis out of the backfield. An underscreened, it's called.
A gain of about 9 yards on the play. It'll be second down, a yard to go. The ball up the 35-yard line. Stabler turns around, gives to his halfback, and he gets the ball up past the 40-yard line, and it's going to be enough yardage for the first down. Mark Van Eeghen carrying on the play. And the tackle made by Ernie Holmes. So they'll put the ball down not at the 40-yard line, but at the 39-yard line. And it's a first down and 10. We've got about 49 seconds left to play in the period. There's no score. As Biletnikoff comes wide to the left. Out to the right side, we have Clarence Davis. Stabler turns around, fakes the handoff to Van Eeghen. Looking to throw to the sideline. Almost intercepted. The pass was intended for Clarence Davis coming out of the backfield, and Jack Ham got a hand on it, couldn't hold on to it. And if Jack Ham had picked that one off, he could have walked into the end zone.
They are so quick. I can sit up here and watch the flat throw. Normally speaking, the ball is in good shape, and here comes out of nowhere that linebacker with that quick thrust of speed.
So that'll make it second down and 10. 33 seconds left to play in the first period. And again, Biletnikoff comes out to the left. Davis on the far side. Deuce backfield. Here's Stabler back to throw. Looking, throws up over the middle. Caught at the 50 and knocked down at the 46-yard line. Here's Mark Van Eeghen, who came out of the backfield. He reached up, grabbed the ball, and Oakland once again is in Pittsburgh territory. And it's another first down for the Raiders.
I'm totally amazed at their absolute fearlessness on the Raiders' part of sending out 3-4 receivers all the time. But they're the check-throughs, and they're the delays, and they're the things to let the other wide receivers clear out openings and then bring these people underneath. That's the end of the first quarter with the score still tied.
From Maine to Honolulu, all across this great big land, there's a neighbor who is ready to lend a helping hand. When a hurricane is brewing, when an old man needs a friend, where there's suffering, where there's trouble, there's a friend you can depend on. From Maine to Honolulu, all across this great big land, there's a neighbor who is ready to lend a helping hand. When a hurricane is brewing, when an old man
this'd be a good weekend to try Mix 7. Mick for Michelob. 7 for 7 ounces of unexpected pleasure. Look for Mix 7 in the gold 6-pack.
Weekends were made for Michelob. Weekends were made for Michelob. Have a nice one, you hear? Weekend. 52 times a year. Weekend. Don't forget, remember to pick up some Michelob. Weekends were made for Michelob.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Distributed by Utley Distributing Company.
He gets it at the 32-yard line, tries to spin away from the defender, and is down right there. And Nell Blunt made the tackle on the play.
Well, apparently Stabler splitting Branch out as far as he can, divorcing him from the rest of the field and letting him go one-on-one with the cornerback. And he's working against one of the great ones, Nell Blunt. But he's evidently respectful of the great speed Branch has because he backed him off, then he curled in. Stabler can deliver the ball if you've got a couple steps.
First down and 10. The ball at the Pittsburgh 31-yard line. Stabler turns around, gives to Van Eeghen, and right up the middle, just straight power play, and ahead he drives. Inside the 30-yard line, down to about the 25, 26-yard line. Before being stopped on the play, Mean Joe Green was there. So was middle linebacker Jack Lambert.
Van Eeghen hit that play. It was right up over the center, and it was trap blocked. The center blocked back to his left. The left guard pulled, trapped up and through, and there went Van Eeghen.
Van Eeghen picks up 5 on the play. It'll be second down and 5 to go. In the backfield, Van Eeghen and Carl Garrett. Hand off Van Eeghen, right tackle. Inside the 25-yard line, inside the, close to about the 20-yard line, before being stacked up on the play. Nothing fancy, they just went power, right tackle. Again, Lambert there to make the stop on the play. Last man to get up is number 68, and that's Ernie Holmes. Check that, make it L.C. Greenwood.
I think that's Mark Van Eeghen coming out of the ball game, and he's getting quite a round of applause for a young player. He's done a very fine job so far.
Oakland switches backs now. They take Van Eeghen and Garrett out, and Clarence Davis is in, along with Banaszak. Beat Banaszak and Clarence Davis in the backfield. Stabler the quarterback. Stabler looking to throw. Looking again. He's being rushed. To lose one tackler. Can't get away from another. And he'll be down for a loss. He'll have to eat the football back at about the 32-yard line. Just couldn't find anybody open. And the Steelers came with a big rush. L.C. Greenwood. Mean Joe Green. Steve Furness.
Oakland's had 11 first downs so far, Tony Roberts, 7 passing and 4 with the rushing.
A loss of 10 on the play. Stabler was sacked. That'll make it second down and 20 yards to go. The ball is now at the 30-yard line. Paletnikov goes wide to the right. Casper, the tight end, is in left side. Davis and Banaszak in the backfield. Stabler looking, pumps once, goes to the left side, wide open all alone. Touchdown! Dave Casper, the tight end. And there had to be a mix-up on the coverage because Casper didn't have anybody within 10 yards of him. And Stabler rifled the touchdown pass that Casper took at the 2, danced into the end zone. That was a 30-yard touchdown toss from Kenny Stabler to Dave Casper, and the Oakland Raiders are on the board.
You know, Tony, on that particular play, they had a double receiver right set up. Casper is the tight end left. When Stabler came back, he made a great pump down the middle of the field, and the cornerback over on the side of Casper relaxed. And Casper surged with a bit of speed up the sideline, and of course he threw the strike.
Freddie Steinfort for the PAT. The kick is up, and it is good. Let's be upright. Score with 12 minutes and 52 seconds left to play in the first half. The score is the Oakland Raiders 7, the Pittsburgh Steelers 0.
Joe Namath here. And what about those last few plays? I'll tell you something else worth cheering about. Lazy Boy Comfort. Lazy Boy makes chairs that recline and swivel and rock. Chairs that let you stretch out, put your feet up, and really relax. Chairs that make you feel you're sitting on top of the world. Lazy Boy. It's America's favorite chair. Get yourself a lazy boy. You'll cheer too.
Well, the Oakland Raiders went from their 27-yard line, 73 yards, 10 plays for a touchdown. The last 30 had a pass from Kenny Stabler to Dave Casper, and that's where it stands right now, 7-0. The Oakland Raiders out in front. Here's a run-up, and the kick coming by Ray Guy. Downfield it goes. Jack Delaplane gets it on about to the 5. The 10 comes up the middle at the 15. At the 20, can't find any running room, and runs into a gang of Oakland Raiders somewhere around the 25-yard line.
The Oakland Raiders built a fence around him that time. There were no openings along the line. We've got the rear shot where you watch him going down, and there was absolutely nothing but a picket fence covering.
That'll be 1st and 10 now for the Pittsburgh Steelers at the 26-yard line. And for the 5th consecutive year, Mutual brings you Monday Night Football with Lindsey Nelson and yours truly. Be on top of the action tomorrow night when the Miami Dolphins take on the Buffalo Bills over most of these Mutual network stations. 1st and 10 at the 26. Here's Bradshaw, back to throw. He's got some people open. Can he find them? Toss up over the middle. Caught by Swan. 35. On his feet at the 40. Up at the 37-yard line. Hit and knocked down at the 37-yard line.
That's the thing he does so well. The backfield fake flow one way, and Terry Bradshaw came out the other, and then threw back to the original flow of the backs, the 3rd and the 4th man on that side.
Willie Hall, who is a number 2 linebacker, he normally spells Filippiano. He's 6'2", 225-pound, a 5-year veteran from Southern Cal, was the man who made the hit on the play. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who trail 7-0. The ball up their own 37-yard line. Bradshaw turns around, gives to Franco Harris. Can't go inside. Spins to the outside and is knocked out of bounds somewhere around, let's call up the 38 or 39-yard line. Franco having very difficult time finding any running room at all. And again, Willie Hall was there, and the right side of the defensive secondary also came up on the play. Then there's a fellow by the name of Otis Sistrunk, the defensive right end, 6'4", 273-pound, 6-year veteran who did not play college football. And he made sure that Franco Harris ran out of running room.
That's short side play again. Instead of a split in, they brought him in tight and let him have a go at it. Here they go wide.
A gain of 1. 2nd down and 9 to go. Swan wide to the right. Bradshaw looking for Swan. Looking, throwing to the sideline, is caught by Randy Grossman, and he is drilled down immediately in the vicinity of the 42 or 43-yard line. Grossman, the tight end, on an angle toward the sideline, making the catch on the play.
There were the 2 wideouts, one to either side, Tony, and then, of course, the tight end, Randy Grossman, coming underneath the drive off of the right flanker back.
The veteran safety, George Atkinson, a 6'8", 6', 185-pound, 10-year veteran from Morris Brown, made the stop. So a gain of 7, 3rd down and 3. The ball at the 44-yard line of Pittsburgh. Steelers in possession. They trail by a score of 7-0. Rocky Bleier, Franco Harris in the backfield. Here's Bradshaw, back to throw. Looking, throws upfield. It is over the head of the intended receiver. The tight end, Randy Grossman. John Stallworth was also in the vicinity. And so it's now 4th down and 3 yards to go. And that sets up the punting situation for the Steelers.
Well, the Oakland Raiders couldn't get any better coverage than they had that time, because the Steelers sent 3 receivers out, and they were all over them, blanketed them. And of course, Bradshaw, I think, threw it over higher than he should have, as he wanted to, rather, to avoid the interception and go ahead with the punt.
Standing at the 30-yard line, waiting for the snap, is a veteran Bobby Walden. For Oakland at the 18-yard line, Neil Colsey, the former Ohio State star. High spiral, coming down deep, bounces, goes into the end zone, touchback, and the ball will be put back in play at the 20-yard line. With a score, the Oakland Raiders 7, the Pittsburgh Steelers 0. There's a timeout. Now this for International Harvester Scouts.
Under the skies, the America, others pass by.
There's an America out there most people never see. But you can when you own a rugged four-wheel drive Scout. Explore the back roads, discover a new fishing stream, go hunting, or take your family on a real outdoor camping trip. And now's the time to buy the 1976 four-wheel drive Scout of your choice. because every international scout dealer is ready to deal, and deal big. So don't miss out, America. Take a test drive today and get a four-wheel drive price you just can't afford to pass by.
Scout the America, others pass by.
Check your yellow pages for the International Harvester dealer nearest you. He's got a great selection of four-wheel drive Scouts in stock, and he's ready to offer you a money-saving deal right now.
We're in the second quarter, 10:59 left to play. Oakland out in front by a score of 7-0. And again, a reminder, in 1976, Mutual brings you the best in football. There's Notre Dame action on Saturday, the National Football League big game Sunday afternoon, and for the 5th consecutive year, Monday Night Football. All of it over most of these Mutual network stations. Raiders with the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's a handoff to Clarence Davis from Kenny Stabler, and believe me, there was no room that time in the middle of the line. Davis did not get back to the line of scrimmage. Fine penetration by the Steeler defense. He was hit and drilled right into the ground, and the man who made the hit was Big Ernie Holmes.
Pretty tough to move the ball both ways. On the other side of the fence, there's only been 24 complete yards on 7 carries for the Steelers, but the Raiders haven't really run the ball that much either. They've got to go to the passing game here, I think.
Wide to the right, Biletnikoff. Out to the left, the speedster Branch. Back to throw. Stabler looking at the 10. Fires to the right sideline. Biletnikoff has it. And he is going to be down somewhere at the 34-yard line. Biletnikoff, who runs pass routes like you'd map them out on a drawing board, makes the grab. He was hit and knocked down just as soon as he caught the football. It's a first down at the 33-yard line.
That's an amazing thing about Stabler. He rolls to his left. Everybody moves that way. You've got a one-on-one situation on the right, and he can drill the ball and get it there quick enough for the reception.
Again, it's Biletnikoff wide to the right, and he'll be picked up by J.T. Thomas, who just made the hit a moment ago. Branch is out to the left. Stabler turns around, gives the ball to Davis. Penalty marker on the play. Davis just about got back to the line of scrimmage. He ran to the big mean Joe Green. He's dropped at the 33-yard line, but again, a penalty marker.
I think it's in the internal line someplace because it was a running play off to the left tackle to the strong side, and that flag was thrown long before anything downfield could have transpired.
Well, since there was no gain on the play, the Steelers will probably decline a penalty. It was a motion penalty against Oakland, declined by the Steelers. That'll make it 2nd down and 10. The ball is at the 34-yard line. Oakland out in front by a score of 7-0, a 10-play drive that went 73 yards. The last 30 covered on a pass by Stabler to the tight end Dave Casper. Out of the football, Dave Dalby. Wide to the left is Cliff Branch. Out to the right, Biletnikoff. Stabler back to throw on 2nd and 10. Looking, throwing up, wide open is Casper again at the midfield at the 45-yard line, but there's a penalty marker at the 48-yard line. Dave Casper again wide open on the play. He was finally down by Mike Wagner, the strong safety. Jack Rabbit was also there, as was J.T. Thomas. Now a huddle at the Oakland 45-yard line, and it looks like it's going to be against the Raiders.
That's a tough break for the Raiders because that particular play was a chunk in the midfield, about a 20-yard chunk in the midfield. Puts them back, instead of 4-down positioning, they're now back into their own territory. You know, Casper, I was focusing on that side of the field where the flanker back kept his man out. Casper brought his man straight up the field and then made a beautiful outside cut.
I believe it was a holding call against the Steelers. That'll bring the ball back to about the 34-yard line. 2nd down, it says 10 yards to go. It's got to be more than that. Here's the handoff. It goes to Van Eeghen, and he ran into the backside. Ernie Holmes, there's a fumble on the play, but the play had been blown dead. Ernie Holmes was being blocked. His back was to the action. Van Eeghen ran into the backside of Ernie Holmes, bounced off of him, and lost the football. Meanwhile, he didn't get any room at all, any yards at all. Look at us, spotted it about the old 31, 32-yard line, 31-yard line. So now it's going to be 3rd down and about 13 yards to go. The ball is at the 31-yard line. 9:28 left to play in the first half. Oakland out in front by a score of 7-0. Ernie Holmes comes out, and they'll use the extra back now.
That was going to be a draw play. They, feigned the pass, slipped the ball underneath, but Pittsburgh front four wasn't going to be fooled.
Here's Stabler back to throw. Looking, being rushed, gets away from one man, circles to the left sideline, throws on the run and throws it away. Threw it right into the Oakland bench. He was being chased by linebacker Andy Russell, and also by the big defensive left end, L.C. Greenwood.
See Andy swinging at the air there. He's mad he couldn't have nabbed him for a sack deep in the backfield.
So that'll make it 4th down and 13 yards to go, and the Raiders must give up the football. And they will call on the best in the National Football League, Ray Guy, to boom one upfield.
Be an opportune time for the Steelers to put a heavy rush on, although I doubt that they will because they have a double deep safety here.
Theo Bell is back there for the Pittsburgh Steelers, along with Frenchie Fuquay. Low snap, guy gets the boot off. Headed toward Fuquay. It is a bomb, way up in the air at the 20-yard line. Fuquay circles to his left, runs into a gang of Raiders. He's going to be knocked down somewhere around the 23 or 24. Fuquay pinned to the sidelines. Didn't have much running room at all. He was on the short side of the field. And there's a timeout with a score. The Oakland Raiders 7, the Pittsburgh Steelers nothing. Now this word.
Weekends were made for Michelob. Weekends were made for Michelob. Not a cloud in the sky. Weekends. Say a few friends drop by. Weekends. Let you know which beer you're going out to buy. It's Michelob.
The bottle's the same famous shape, and the beer inside, 7 ounces of unexpected pleasure. That's why they call it Mix 7. Next time out, try it out for size. Mix 7.
Weekends were made for Michelob. Weekends were made for Michelob. Have a nice when you're here. Weekend. 52 times a year. Weekend. Don't forget, remember to pick up some beer. Michelob. Weekends were made for Michelob.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Distributed by Utley Distributing Company.
That boot by Guy was 49 yards, a 4-yard return by Fuquay. Here's Bradshaw now, with Rocky Bleier and Franco Harris in the backfield. Out to the right, we've got Lynn Swan. 7-0 Oakland out in front. Bradshaw, long count, gets the snap from Mansfield, turns around, gives the ball to Franco, and Franco finds Ralph going up the middle. We've got a penalty marker thrown on the play. Randy Grossman and Jack Tatum grabbing each other, spinning each other around. A penalty marker thrown down as the ball is advanced to about the 31-yard line. On Oakland. Penalty is going to be against the Oakland Raiders, and they'll walk off 15 yards of real estate, and that's going to bring the ball up to the 45-yard line. And a personal foul is the call against the Raiders.
This quite conceivably will generate something for Pittsburgh now. They've got some working room. 8:46 to go in the second quarter.
And again, wide to the right, we've got Lynn Swan. I formation. Harris, front man on the eye. The ball is given to the tailback, Rocky Bleier, right tackle, and Rocky rams past the 50. Gets that ball into the Oakland territory at about the 47-yard line before he is hit and knocked down on the play.
That was just an isolation, Tony Roberts. Just absolute split him out of there, lead with the fullback, give the tailback the ball, and let him hammer it in.
Filippiano, one of the linebackers in there, but the hit was made by Willie Hall, who has moved in as a linebacker on the right side. Monty Johnson is the linebacker in the middle. Deuce backfield now for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Second down, the gain was 8. About 2 to go. Franco Harris finds running room up the middle and charges down to about the 41-yard line before being stopped on the play. And that's going to be enough for a Steelers first down. As safety George Atkinson comes up to help. Monty Johnson was also there to make the hit on the play. Looking at the Oakland Raiders front four, Charles Fillion, Dave Rowe, Jeff Winans, and Otis Sistrunk. Left or right, the linebackers, Filippiano, Willie Hall, and Monty Johnson. And the deep men, Skip Thomas, George Atkinson, Jack Tatum, and Willie Brown. 1st and 10 at the 41. Bradshaw turns around, putting his head down, trying to find a little running room as Rocky Bleier, and Rocky gets to the 40-yard line, and he gets no further as Villappiano is there along with Monty Johnson to make the tackle on the play. So Rocky gets a couple of yards. That'll make it 2nd down and 8 yards to go. The ball is spotted down at the Oakland 39-yard line. Let's pause briefly here for station identification. This is Mutual, your News and Sports Radio Network.
This is 4 o'clock at WSON in Henderson, your spot for sports in Kentuckiana.
Down to the right, Lynn Swan. Deuce backfield again. Bradshaw dropping straight back at the 48. Fires. Swan's got it. Spins around at the 33. At the 25-yard line and out of bounds somewhere around the 23-yard line. Lynn Swan, the former All-America from USC, finally hustled out of bounds by Skip Thomas, the left quarterback. And Thomas, of course, played his college ball at USC. They were teammates at one time. Thomas in the pro game now a total of 6 years. Swan, of course, in the pro game 4 years.
4 receivers out again that time.
They spot the ball down at the 24-yard line. Another 1st down for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It trails 7-0. Here's Bradshaw, back to throw. Looking. Eludes one tackler. Looking, throws up the middle. Incomplete.
He was lucky there, Tony.
Randy Grossman and George Atkinson almost going out at the pass was way overthrown, and Grossman felt that Atkinson had no business hitting him at all. Lynn Swan was the closest man to the football, and he wasn't that close. So the incomplete pass makes it 2nd and 10. Pittsburgh in possession at the Oakland 24-yard line.
Well, the Steelers have got 6 first downs, 3 passing, 2 running, and 1 on a penalty. They're down here knocking if they can get it in. That time, he was really lucky. Terry Bradshaw, I think, was lucky there that he didn't get blindsided. He looked in one direction, looked in the other, and bang.
The ball at the Oakland 24-yard line. The drive started back into Pittsburgh 24. We've got 4 potential receivers now. 1 man on the backfield. That's Franco Harris. Gets the ball on a draw. 20 at the 15. He's outside at the 10. Down to the 8-yard line. 7-yard line. Franco Harris finally hustled out of bounds by Willie Brown, the right quarterback. And it's going to be a 1st down in the vicinity of the Oakland 6-yard line.
Pretty good play selection. They had 4 quick receivers, as you mentioned. They've spread them out all over the field, come back, make it look like pass, flip the ball to Franco, and let him do his thing. He started it up the middle and has that great speed to get it outside.
Franco Harris running 17 yards up the left side. So it's 1st down and goal to go for the Steelers at the Oakland 7-yard line. Frenchie Fuqua in the backfield now. He's like a wing on the right side. He's just outside the tight end. Handoff going to Bleier. Bleier hits the 5. His hit gets down to the 2. Rocky Bleier, power play right up over the middle. And Rocky was hit right around the shoulder pad. Started to spin. Was finally knocked down by linebacker Phil Villappiano of the Oakland Raiders. But he charges up 5 yards, gets it down to the 2-yard line, where it's 2nd down and goal to go.
They're in tight formations now. Offensively, they brought in a close wing, 2 tight ends and divided backs. And I think perhaps Oakland is in a goal line defense, taking the gaps now.
All right, Bradshaw reaching under center, Ray Mansfield. Deuce back, will turn around, give to Harris. No. The Raiders defense knew that was coming as the right side. But especially the quarterbacks and the linebacker charged in to stop the play before it could ever develop.
They had a total pinch on. The entire line took the inside. They compensate by bringing the cornerback. It's a gamble if you're passing, but down inside the 1, or inside the 2, it's unlikely that they're going to pass.
That makes it 3rd down, a loss on the play of a yard as Franco Harris finds no running room left side. 3rd down, goal to go at the 3-yard line. Raiders out in front, 7-0. Bradshaw looks over the defense. Everybody up on the goal line. Deuce backfield, Bleier, Harris, they're set. Here's Bradshaw looking to throw, rolling to the right. At the 10, may have to throw the ball. Does. It is incomplete. The only man close to it was a tackle on the play. That was Jerry Mullins, or the offensive left guard. Mullins, 6'3", 244 pounds, 7-year veteran from Southern Cal. was the only man who was close to the football.
They didn't call it, but there was a lineman downfield.
In the end zone, it was Mullen.
He was open. I'll say that for him. Well, this could be a very big play for Pittsburgh. They've got to get on the board if they want to tie it up and be a part of the ball game before the half ends. And by the same token, Oakland's got it all at stake here, trying to keep them out. Down in distance.
Bobby Walden will hold. He'll spot the ball down at the 10-yard line. Ward Girella will kick. Trying for the three-pointer. It'll be a 20-yard effort. Here's the snap. Down. Kick up in the air. It is no good. No good. With a score, the Oakland Raiders 7 and the Pittsburgh Steelers nothing. There's a timeout on the field. Now this for Truex and Alvarez.
This is Leo DeRocher. May I get personal with you for a minute? Even if you shower twice a day, you can't wash away jock itch. What you need is something made specifically for jock itch, and that's Cruex. C-R-U-E-X. Cruex medicated powder relieves the itching, the chafing, and the rash. And because it's medicated, it can fight the cause of that itch. So if you suffer from chafing, rash, or jock itch, get Cruex. C-R-U-E-X. And get relief.
Oh, beautiful point spacious skies for amber waves of gray.
Hay fever, allergy to ragweed, the all-American sneeze, because ragweed originated in America. Fortunately, so did Allerest, and millions of Americans know that Allerest is all you need to help relieve your sneezing, your runny nose, your watery eyes. Allerest, we help relieve America's sneeze.
From sea to shining sea.
Mark Van Eeghen got 5 yards, one of those short timeouts going over the left side. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Here's Stabler handing off to Clarence Davis. Breaks the tackle up to 25 and charges up to about the 28-yard line, where he's knocked down about a couple of yards short of a first down. So Davis hitting the left side. Picks up another 3. It'll be 3rd down and about 2 yards to go as Mel Blunt came up to make the stop on the play. Stabler, the quarterback. Van Eeghen comes out. Clarence Davis remains in the backfield. Cliff Branch goes wide to the right. Ward Bankston is now the tight end. Dave Casper using a double tight end situation here. Pete Benesack is in there. Doesn't get the call. Stabler looking, fires that ball. Caught by Bankston at the 33, the 35, the 40. At the 45 and knocked out of bounds near midfield. Well, a little trickery by the Raiders. They used the double tight end. They faked the handoff, plate action pass. Then they whipped it to the Warren Bankston. It was 2nd down or 3rd down, a couple of yards to go for the first down. And Stabler rivaled a pass to Bankston, who carried it upfield to about the 47-yard line. And the Raiders have another first down.
What a great sense of timing he has. They drive that flanker back off, and whatever pattern comes underneath it is delayed just about the time that Stabler's ready to throw it.
Wide right, Biletnikoff. Out to the left is Cliff Branch. Here's Stabler turning around, handing off to Bannistack. Can't find any running room. Starts cutting it back against the grain, and he is hit and drilled down hard by L.C. Greenwood, the defensive end from the Pittsburgh Steelers, 6'7", 250-pound, 9-year veteran from Arkansas, A.M. and N. Better yet, we just call it Amen. Second period action. Oakland out in front, 7-0. 3 minutes and 50 seconds showing on the clock. This drive started back at the Raiders' 20-yard line. They've got it up now to the 48-yard line. Out over the football, Dave Dalby. Deuce backfield, back to throw, Stabler. Drop back, looking, throws the ball left side, almost intercepted by Andy Russell. Pass was intended for Carl Garrett, but Andy Russell stepped in front. Garrett got 2 men on him that time, the cornerback and the linebacker Russell. And Andy got a right hand on it, tapped the ball up into the air, and it fell to the turf incomplete. So the Steelers come close again to picking one off. You know, last year, Stabler had 24 passes intercepted, and that was second only in the National Football League to Joe Namath, who had 28.
Well, they play percentages. I guess they put it up an awful lot, too. That last play, when he was crossing underneath, he was being chased by a cornerback and running into the linebacker.
Bradshaw wide left. Cianni's in the slot to the right side. Biletnikoff out there, fired up and down for Cianni. It is incomplete.
Great
pass
coverage.
was intended for Cianni, And he was covered on the play by Donnie Shell, the 5'11", 190-pound four-year man from South Carolina.
Absolutely great coverage that time. Stabler had no place to throw it, and as it was, he threw it perfectly.
The Raiders have so many combinations. Double tight ends. Double flankers. Fourth down and 9 yards to go. The ball at the 48-yard line, and Ray Guy is back to boot. The last time he put the foot to the football, 49 yards. Dukeway left, and out to the right side, Theo Bell. Guy waiting for the snap, gets it, belt high. Puts the foot to the ball again, headed towards Dukeway to the far sideline. Goes for the ball at the 15-yard line, fumble up and it went out of bounds. Closest man to the football, Oakland Raiders, Mike Reinfeldt, almost recovered that ball. And one of the Steelers shaking up on the play at the 35-yard line, making up the 25-yard line. Now being helped to his feet.
That could have been a very crucial turnover had it been turned over, but he was close enough to the sideline when he muffed it that it did bounce out.
The injured player is linebacker Marv Kellum. Marv Kellum is the injured player. So the Pittsburgh Steelers take over with 3:21 left to play in the first half. And Oakland out in front by a score of 7-0. It'll be Pittsburgh's ball. First down and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Swan is wide to the right. Here's Bradshaw turning around and handing it off. And there's very, very little running room in the middle of that Raider defense. They get the ball up to about the 15-yard line and no more. As the carry is made by Rocky Bleier, and Rocky just can't find much room to negotiate. So give him a yard or two. It'll be second down, and let's call it 9 yards to go. Pickup of 1.
You know, they're a great trapping team, Pittsburgh, ordinarily, but the Raiders are really wise up front. They haven't gone for it other than 1 or 2 times early.
Stallworth is wide to the left. Bleier in the slot to the left side. Bradshaw looking to throw. Head Swan out to the right side. Throwing to the side. It is incomplete at the 20-yard line. As Rocky Bleier had to try to dive back toward the line of scrimmage and make a shoestring catch in the football. Bradshaw had plenty of time. So it'll be third down and 9 to go. The ball at the 15-yard line.
Well, he's got to put it in the air. There's just no other way to do it here. It's third and long. It's screen, draw, or pass time. The unfortunate part is everybody in the stadium knows that.
Willie Hall, the linebacker, has come out. And we've inserted another defensive back. Bradshaw back to throw. Looking, wide open. Bleier on the run, 20, 25, at the 30, at the 35, at the 40. It dives ahead to about the 42-yard line.
It was an excellent selection, really, because they double covered. Both wide receivers had 2 Oakland defenders on them, and the extra man coming out of the backfield being chased by the right Oakland cornerback or linebacker was Rocky Bleier.
And Monty Johnson was the man that made the hit. But the ball goes up to the 40-yard line where his knee touched the ground. It'll be first down and 10 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left to play in the first half. Lynn Swan wide to the right. Bradshaw back to throw. Looking, being chased, now running with the ball. Throws that ball on the run. It is caught by Stallworth at the 50, and he is ridden down somewhere around the 48-yard line. Jack Tatum was there to make the hit, along with several other Raiders.
Well, Tony Roberts, they've got 1 minute and 58 seconds to try to make the thing turn into a score at midfield.
All right, that's good. The 2-minute warning now, as Tom Pagna said. 1 minute 58 left to play in the first half. Oakland out in front here by a score of 7-0, but the Steelers on the move. Here a special account of the Muhammad Ali Ken Norton Heavyweight Championship fight, Tuesday, September 28th on Mutual Sports. This is not, nor will there be any other live or recreated blow-by-blow coverage. Only the special radio account of the fight with interviews and a description of the action of each round immediately at the end of the round. That's Tuesday night, September 28th, over many of these Mutual Network stations. Right now, 1:58 left. And Oakland out in front by a score of 7-0. And now it's time for the 2-minute drill, Tom Pagna.
Well, it's likely they're going to put it in the air. They have to, really, with the time element. But running-wise, they haven't been quite that successful. Bleier's had 33 yards in 7 plays. Franco Harris, 7 plays for 33 yards, a total of 66 yards in 14 rushing plays. What they've got to do is move the ball 50 yards in roughly 2 minutes. Bradshaw is 6 for 11, throwing for 84 total yards. It's been an exciting football game, and it's well played, and I am really amazed at the total quickness on both teams' sides. Offensively, Pittsburgh has looked real good running the football at moments, and then that turnover of Rocky Bleier's gone in for 1 score. Then Oakland turned around, made a great defensive stand on their own goal line on the 2-yard line, which could have evened the score. It's anybody's ball game, and I guess that's what makes it an exciting game. Well, that front four now, Philyaw, Rowe, Sistrunk, Teddy Hendricks, the linebacker, went up on the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10, the ball at the midfield stripe. Bradshaw dropping back, looking to throw, being chased, gets away from one man, throwing long downfield for Lynn Swan in the end zone, almost intercepted, incomplete. Staying with Swan, step for step. Alonzo Skip Thomas, the 6'1", 405-pound, 6-year veteran from Southern Cal. Got to say this about Bradshaw. He has such great peripheral vision. Now, he's scrambling back there. He went straight to the pocket, rolled to his left, had 4 people out, and then glanced down the field and picked up Swan. That's a long throw in the air. The defensive pressure was put on by number 74, Dave Rowe, the 6'7", 271-pound, 11-year veteran from Penn State. And Bradshaw was able to elude Rowe and get that ball upfield. But Skip Thomas was step for step with Lynn Swan, and that makes it 2nd down, 10 yards to go at the 50-yard line. 1 minute and 50 seconds left to play in the first half. Oakland leading 7-0. Out to the right, we've got Lynn Swan. Out to the left, Stallworth. Franco Harris, Rocky Bleier in the backfield. Turn around, handoff goes to Rocky. Rocky at the 50, at the 45, cuts in, slips and falls, and runs right into the waiting arms of Charles Phillips, that extra defensive back who's in there. That was a trap designed to go inside, and he read it outside to his right as he hit it over the middle and had to dip it outside and make it into a sweep. 1 minute 30 left to play. Quick huddle. Here's Bradshaw, back to throw. Looking, being pressured. Still looking, has time, fires that ball. Harris at the 40, at the 35, 30, at the 25, 20, at the 15, the 10, falls down at the 7-yard line, the 6-yard line. That was the magic again of Bradshaw. He looked all over the field, coming out of the backfield, a delayed thing. Franco Harris, bang, he spots him, drills him the ball. Franco broke a tackle about the 30-yard line. Of course, that's the magic of Franco Harris also. From the 50 down to the 6-yard line, a pickup of 44 yards on the pass play. So 1 minute 14 left to play as Terry Bradshaw goes to the sideline to talk to Pittsburgh Steelers coach Chuck Noll. The Buick Motor Division of General Motors Corporation will award a 1977 Buick Regal to the 1976 NFL Player of the Year, as selected by the sports writers and broadcasters who cover NFL games. The winner will be announced over Mutual Broadcasting System during the first round NFL Championship playoff games, December 18th and 19th. Was that, looked like it might have been Lynn Swan who was shaken up on the play. It has gone to the bench. It was, Tony. He looked very reluctant to walk off, and it's unfortunate. I don't think it's anything too serious. If it is, it's in the upper body because he walked off fine. Substitution, Stallworth goes out. So does Theo Bell. Into the ball game is Jerry Mullins again. Jerry had gone to the sideline. Here's where it is, right in the trench, 5-yard line. 1 minute 14 to go. First down, goal to go. The ball is at the, between the 5 and the 6-yard line. Mansfield out over the football. Grossman, the tight end. And they're using Mullins on the left side as a tight end. Here's Bradshaw turning around, trying to quarterback sneak, and he just powers straight ahead, gets it down to about the 2 or 3-yard line. That's a good call down there. It's what they call a delay sneak. The backs, everybody's in man coverage. He steps one direction like he's going to give a handoff. The backs flow that way, pull their men, He plants the foot after he fakes, talking about Bradshaw, and then comes off of it and one-on-one reads his blocking in front of him.
The Raiders defense trying to muscle the ball away from Bradshaw, and the officials blow the whistle to stop the clock as they finally unpile. Villapiano was there on the tackle. So it'll be second down. Goal to go. Pick up of 2. The ball is at the Raiders' 3-yard line. Bradshaw turnaround. Rocky Bleier hit. He's in for a touchdown. He broke the plane of the goal line with his head and shoulders, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are on the board with 57 seconds left to play in the first half.
That was that trap play again, Tony. It was divided back, little wing back to the right. He looks like he's going to step out. Bradshaw step out to his right with a pitch, and then a hand back trap to Rocky Bleier. Just enough daylight. And of course, that body momentum of Rocky Bleier's carried him into the end zone. Any part of it breaking the plane, and it just broke it.
Here's Roy Girella. Will attempt the point after touchdown to would knot this game at 7-all. Spotted down by Bobby Walden. Kick up in the air, right through the uprights this time, and it's good. And the Steelers have deadlocked the issue in the final minute of the first half. 57 seconds showing on the clock. An 86-yard march. It started way back after a Ray Guy putt, back at the 14-yard line, and the Steelers came upfield 86 yards. The last 2 yards covered by Rocky Bleier as his head and shoulders broke the plane of the goal line, and the Steelers, with a point after by Roy Girella, make it 7-all. Well, that took 7 plays.
It's an exciting afternoon so far. We're in the first half. I think they call it wingding. That's what we've got here, a real wingding.
Well, it's not over yet. For the Oakland Raiders, it'll be off to our right. Morris Bradshaw and Carl Garrett as the deep man. And we want to remind you, Digital, the world's #1 radio sports network, brings you Sunday afternoon NFL football. Tom Pagna and I are going to be up at Bloomington, Minnesota next week with the Minnesota Vikings. Tangle with the Los Angeles Rams, and that should be some afternoon. That's NFL Sunday afternoon football over most of these mutual network stations. Tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, Miami and Buffalo, and we'll have Notre Dame and Purdue at South Bend. That'll be next Saturday afternoon. The run-up by Girella and the boot. It is high, angling toward the near sideline. It'll hit and goes out of bounds in the vicinity of the 17-yard line or so. The Steelers will be assessed a penalty. Instead of the kick coming from the 35, they'll move it back now.
Thinking back to that opening kickoff when Oakland received, they had little blocking formed. And, of course, this will be their second time returning it, so we've got a real good look shot at it because we're sitting right behind the opener. Right behind the home plate.
Right, that's where we are. A legal procedure penalty. Legal procedure penalty against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the ball will be spotted back to the 30-yard line, a 5-yard walk-off. Obviously, Girella kicking the ball toward the sideline, trying to isolate whoever's going to take that kickoff and pin him toward the sideline. Now, let's see what Girella tries this time. It's still Garrett and Bradshaw back. They're steading now. Garrett at the 5-yard line, and Bradshaw, to our right, is up around the 8-yard line. For the Raiders, Warren Bankston is at the, let's call it the 28-yard line. Here's a run-up on the angle by Girella, and he gets it straight up the middle this time, and it comes down end over end at the 1. Garrett at the 5, at the 10, run up the middle at the 15, and he is hit and upended at about the 19-yard line, and slicing in from the right side to make the hit on the play was Pittsburgh, and believe it or not, we've got a fella who we don't have on our spotter's card. Coach, we run into this quite often during the year. You run into it quite often during college football games. Number 85, and he is not listed. He's not listed, but he was on the play. But he was on the play, and he upended him. So it's first down and 10 now for the Oakland Raiders with a ball at the 20-yard line, at the 19-yard line. Stabler turns around, gives that ball to Pete Banaszak, and Banaszak gets it up to 20, maybe the 21-yard line. And that's about it. Tie ball game at 7-7. 41 seconds left to play in the first half. Raiders in possession. Did they run the clock out here, Tom Pagna? Well, they go for all the marbles.
I don't think he'll go for all the marbles. I really do. Stabler looks like a fox. I guess they call him the snake in their styling.
Dalby out over the football. Stabler reaching under center. Turns around, gives it to Clarence Davis, and Davis spins off one tackle, gets it past the 20, and gets up to the 25-yard line.
That's what they're going to do. I think they're going to play it fairly conservative, break a run if they can. If not,
tackle was made by Jack Ham, the left side linebacker, and he's just a little slow getting up on the play. So there it is. That's the end of the first half for the score. The Pittsburgh Steelers 7, the Oakland Raiders 7. Well, the third quarter just moments from getting it away. Pittsburgh 7, Oakland 7. And the Oakland offensive line called the best of the game when it's healthy. Shell, Upshaw, Dalby, Bueller, and Vela. Of course, going to have their work cut out against that tough Pittsburgh defense. Both clubs hurt tremendously by injuries during the preseason. And right now, off to our right, we've got Terry Bradshaw warming up with backup quarterback Mike Kruzik. We also see out there the big tight end who is Benny Cunningham, the number 1 draft choice, a 6'4", 235-pounder out of Clemson, doing some pass catching along with Theo Bell, the number 5 choice from Arizona, who is certainly an exciting player during the preseason. Again, a reminder about that special account of the Muhammad Ali Ken Norton Heavyweight Championship fight. That'll be Tuesday, September 28th in Mutual Sports. This is not, nor will there be any other live or recreated blow-by-blow coverage. Only the special radio account of the fight with interviews and a description of the action of each round immediately at the end of the round. That's Tuesday night, September 28th, over many of these Mutual network stations.
well, they've got some statistics going on them. Total net yards, 210 for Pittsburgh. 83 yards rushing and 127 passing. For the Oakland Raiders, 220 yards net, 56 yards rushing and 164 passing. It's 7-7. Pass attempts for Pittsburgh, 7 out of 14. And for the Oakland Raiders, 11 for 19. They've gone with Bradshaw and Stabler all the way so far.
All right, here's a run up by Ray Guy, and the boot in the third quarter is underway. Wobbly kick off the shoulder of the center receiver, falls into the end zone, and the Steelers will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. A wobbly kick came upfield, and it bounced off the shoulders, and there's our mystery player. Well, let's check it. We'll put the glasses on him.
You can read his facial expression. Well, that was a tricky little play there. He didn't have possession of it. It went into the end zone, and they covered it, and, of course, it's brought out to the 20-yard line.
I believe that Pugh, if I'm not mistaken, number 85. And it's difficult to pick the name out on the back of the jersey because they're in gold on a white jersey. Anyway, it's Steelers ball, 1st down and 10. Handoff goes to Franco Harris, and Franco does not get back to the line of scrimmage. Plus the fact there's a penalty marker on the play. He is hit and met by the linebackers, Villapiano and Monty Johnson.
They've had the most success with Franco coming out of the backfield as he set up that touchdown play, but running the ball, they really haven't had much daylight for him. That was a little counter play where he jab stepped one way and then again hit back to the weak side, to the split end side. And a play penalty on the play.
They'll walk it off. And they'll bring it back down to the 10-yard line. And the signal from the official was holding against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, it's 90 yards to go. Long way to go.
2nd down. Make that 1st down and 20 yards to go. 1st down and 20 yards to go. For the Pittsburgh Steelers, the ball at their own 10-yard line. Harris in the backfield, takes the handoff, sweeping wide to the left at the 10, tries to dance his way into some running room, and he is met by Teddy Hendricks. Teddy, of course, very tall for linebackers, 6'7", 220-pounder in his 9th year out of Miami of Florida, and he really gained his reputation and greatest acclaim when he was a member of the Baltimore Colts defense. And in Baltimore, they called him the Stork.
Mad Stork. Tony Roberts, that was a great play on his part. He had a blocker in his face, Franco Harris running behind the blocker, and ate them both up.
Well, they give Franco a yard on the play up to the 11-yard line. It'll be second down and 19 yards to go. The ball is at the 11. Here's Bradshaw, back to throw, circling to his left at the 5, throws. Ball is caught, bobbled the ball up by Stallworth, and he gets it again, finds the handle at the 25-yard line, and he is ridden down right there. Grand Stallworth, 6'2", 183-pound, four-year man from Alabama A&M, makes the catch, and that puts the Steelers up to the 25-yard line, gives them a little breathing room now. An advance on the play of about 14 yards from Bradshaw up to Stallworth, and it now becomes third down and 5 to go with the ball up the Steeler 25-yard line.
That's that great scramble again that you can't cover him forever, and Bradshaw's ability to pick the open man.
Wide to the right, Theo Bell in a slot to the right side, Johnny Stallworth. Bleier and Harris in the backfield. Bradshaw back to throw. He's got Franco on the left side. He's going to run it, and he can't get anywhere. He is hit at about the 21-yard line. The tackle made by Charles Billiard, the number 2 draft choice of the Oakland Raiders. Actually, he was the first pick. He was chosen on the second round. He's 6'8", 270 pounds. He's a rookie from Texas Southern. And I wanted to talk to you about Billiard because the scout said that he would be the biggest bust in the NFL, not the biggest player. Tank Inger from San Diego allegedly said he was the first player I rejected, can't play, no way, and you had him in college all-star camp, and you said he was terrific, Tom Pagna.
He was for us. He put pressure on the passer.
A beautiful punt by Buddy Walden. Taken at the 30, at the 35, and driven down somewhere around the 35-yard line for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, the Steelers
like
take the field.
Neil Colsey, that's who it was. Neil Colsey back there. They'll spot us down right around the 37 to the 38-yard line. Well, Mr. Filio has acquitted himself quite well this afternoon.
I'd say that for his opening game, he's made a pretty good account of himself. That was a 46-yard punt, Tony Roberts, and with a 5-yard return. So the Oakland Raiders now go on offense.
They take over at their own 37-yard line. Wide to the right, they've got Biletnikoff out to the left wedge. Here's Stabler rolling to his left, looking to throw upfield. Throws that ball upfield. It is caught at the 45-yard line, and the receiver is knocked down at about the 47 or 48-yard line. And the catch is made again by Dave Casper, who has to be the leading pass receiver today, both teams. And Casper comes up limping just slightly.
That was a play-action fake to hold the inside linebacker, and after the fake, Kenny rolled out a little to the left and then dunked it off. That's a hard play to defend, especially for the linebacker. We're going to have a measurement here for the first down.
Carl Garrett is now in the backfield, and Garrett is joined in the backfield by Reggie Harrison. They've got Warren Bankston is in there now.
They've got the first down.
Garrett's in the backfield along with Stabler. And Warren Bankston is also in the backfield. So it's a first down for the Oakland Raiders. First down and 10 at the 47-yard line. Third quarter action is Oakland 7, Pittsburgh 7. 12 minutes, 30 seconds left to play in the third period. They'll be out over the football. Now the official calls timeout and wants to talk to somebody. Now we're ready to go once again. Biletnikoff wide to the right, in the slot to the right side, we've got Cliff Branch. Turn around to give, and the ball goes to Van Eeghen or Bannersack. They get that ball up to past the 40-yard line, up to about the 42-yard line. It's Mark Van Eeghen in now. So Van Eeghen charging straight ahead, quick opener, just driving 40 yardage. That ball is going to be put down at the 49-yard line. It's in Pittsburgh territory. It now becomes second down and 6 to go. The pickup is 4. Biletnikoff comes out to the left. In the slot to the left side is Cliff Branch. Stabler All-American Alabama. Pitches out. The ball goes to Van Eeghen. At the 50, he is hit, and he's going to be ridden down right around the 49-yard line of the Steelers. And now Mike Wagner and Freddie Biletnikoff look like they might be going at it.
Biletnikoff was leading the blocking on a pitch out. They had 4 quick receivers, and the corner support by Wagner had a little run-in.
Tom Pagna was not Biletnikoff. Instead, it was the offensive right tackle. I saw a 5 when I picked out Biletnikoff, but it was a much bigger fellow, John Vella, 6'4", 260-pound, 6-year man from Southern California.
Wagner probably hoped it had been Biletnikoff.
Well, 3rd down and 6. I'll say one thing for Wagner. He did not back off. 3rd down and 6 to go. The ball is at the 49-yard line.
I'd look for a blitz here.
Of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Stabler back to throw. Throwing down the left sideline. Biletnikoff fighting to try to get that ball. It is incomplete. Biletnikoff tried to gain position on defensive quarterback Mel Blount. There was a little bumping on the play, but the pass is incomplete off the hands of Blount. That's going to set up 4th down and 6 in a punting situation with a ball at the Pittsburgh 49-yard line.
They were in pure man coverage that time. It was strictly Blount against the wide receiver, and I looked to see the linebacker blitz and 4 people covering.
So Ray Guy waiting for the snap, standing back at the 37-yard line of the Oakland Raiders. Here comes the snap. Dietmel, Fuqua, and Bell, and the boot off the side of the foot of Guy, and it goes out of bounds. The kick, no bargain at all. And they'll say it went out of bounds in the vicinity of the 22-yard line. What we found out who our 2 mystery players are, number 74 is Ray Pitty. He was listed as number 53. He is the number 3 center for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And the other man, number 85, is Ernest Pugh. It's P-O-U-G-H, but pronounced as the Pew in church, this being Sunday. 10:42, 3rd quarter action. Pittsburgh 7, Oakland 7. Terry Bradshaw at quarterback. Harris, Bleier in the backfield. Bradshaw fakes the handoff to Bleier, throws to the right sideline, almost intercepted. Pass was intended for Theo Bell, and racing over from the left side was Jack Tatum, and Jack Tatum sliding along the turf at the 40-yard line, almost picks one off. Bradshaw has underthrown quite a bit today, Tom.
Well, the action of the backfield went to the left as he faked and then rolled out to his right. And you're right, he didn't have a whole lot on that ball, but he's probably just as happy. There were 3 people converging on that one receiver.
And we have seen a lot of Theo Bell that we have not seen Lynn Swan here in the 3rd period. So Bell goes wide to the right. Randy Grossman, the tight end right side. Running back to Bleier and Harris. Now, Franco moves 2 steps to the right. Takes the pitch out from Bradshaw. Behind some blockers, gets it up to about the 25-yard line. And that's as far as he goes. As Phil Villapiano makes the tackle on the play. So a gain on the play of about 3 yards, 4 yards at the very most. And it now becomes 3rd down and 6 for the Pittsburgh Steelers at their own 25-yard line.
They were lined up in a conventional pro set that time, Tony, and at the last instance, then Franco Harris moved from the fullback slot, became a right halfback, and that set up a quick pitch out, reverse pivot by Bradshaw, try to get something going outside.
Charles Phillips replaces the linebacker now in the Raider defense with 3rd down and 6 at the 25. Split backfield, back to throw. Bradshaw looking, throwing up the right sideline, has a man, overthrows Franco Harris. It was either Franco Harris or Stallworth, and it was Franco Harris.
Great protection that time. He took a long, hard look, and he did have the time for it. Just a little overthrown.
And Franco had a step on the linebacker, Villapiano. So it now becomes 4th down and 6. With a ball at the Pittsburgh 25-yard line. And in the booth, the veteran Bobby Walden. Single safety for the Oakland Raiders. Back at the 35-yard line is Neil Colsey, the former Ohio State star. Walden angles one to the far sideline, and that ball hits at about the 30-yard line or so, continues to bounce. It bounced to the left, stayed in play, and it'll be marked down somewhere around the 23. 9:39 left to play in the third period. With a score, Pittsburgh 7, Oakland 7. There's a timeout again, the score. Raiders 7, Steelers 7, now this word.
Weekends were made for Michelob. Weekends were made for Michelob. Not a cloud in the sky. Weekends. Say a few friends drop by. Weekends. Let you know which beer you're going out to buy. It's Michelob.
Maybe this would be a good weekend to try Mix 7. Mick for Michelob. 7 for 7 ounces of unexpected pleasure. Look for Mix 7 in the gold 6-pack.
Weekends were made for Michelob. Weekends were made for Michelob. Have a nice one, you hear? Weekend. 52 times a year. Weekend. Don't forget, remember to pick up some beer. Michelob. Weekends were made for Michelob.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. Distributed by Utley Distributing Company.
The Steelers defensive unit, L.C. Greenwood, Mean Joe Green, Ernie Holmes, Steve Furness, that's the front four. Jack Ham, Jack Lambert, Andy Russell, the linebackers. Skip Thomas, Mike Wagner, Glenn Edwards, make that J.T. Thomas, and Mel Blunt are the deep four.
Tony, I think we're seeing a real defensive ball game and the evidence of two really fine defensive football teams. That's why the low score. Nobody's really moving the ball.
Stabler turns around, hands that ball off to his fullback, and it's going to be up. Now we've got a little fisticuffs here between Jack Lambert, a penalty marker on the play. It's Jack Lambert and John Vella. Vella was involved in a little bit of an altercation with Mike Wagner, and now it's Jack Lambert and John Vella.
Double foul. Offsetting.
Okay, double foul, offsetting penalties. And probably a word of caution. All right, fellas, let's go up and play football. Clarence Davis comes out of the backfield. Coming out wide to the left, we've got Biletnikoff, and a slot to the left side, Branch. Carl Garrett now, deep man in the I formation. Bandersack leading the interference as Garrett trying to go wide to the right side, and he runs into a host of people, namely Jack Ham, who makes the initial hit and drops him back at the 24, 25-yard line.
That defensive pursuit is so great. You're trying to pitch out and get wide on it, but you can see a whole slew of white jerseys, the white and gold of the Pittsburgh linebackers and linemen flowing to that side and cutting them off.
So it's third down now and 7 yards to go. The ball at the 25-yard line, and Tom, neither team has been able to go outside with any consistency at all.
Long gainers have been check-throughs, a little delay passes for both teams.
3rd and 7 for the Oakland Raiders. As Stabler sends Biletnikoff wide to the left. In the slot, Cliff Branch, left side. Here's Stabler, back to throw. Looking, throwing to the sideline. It is almost intercepted, intended for Branch. And moving right in front of him was the J.T. Thomas, the left quarterback, and he knocked the ball down at about the 40-yard line. Almost picked off.
You know, J.T. Thomas could afford to play him much tighter than ordinary, and as a matter of fact, he had to be there for a perfect throw. But the reason he could do that is he had backup help. Both of the twin deep safeties for Pittsburgh were backing it up. It was a passing situation. That's why they played it that way.
That'll make it 4th down and 7, and Ray Guy standing back at the 10-yard line, waiting for the snap. We've got Theo Bell to the right, Frenchie Fuqua off to the left, with a punting situation. 4th and 7, and here's Guy's kick. It is a boomer. Coming upfield. It drives Fuqua and Bell back. Bell takes it at the 15 to lose the tackler. At the 15 to 20. Moving to the sideline is it at the 22 and hit hard and knocked down right there. Theo Bell hit and knocked down at the 22-yard line. And the man who made the hit, and it was a jarring hit, was Rick Boness. Now, Boness,
that's one helmet and one stomach.
Is a number 3 draft choice out of Nebraska. He's 6'3", 220 pounds. Well, we have no word, Tom, on what happened to Lynn Swan, but Theo Bell is the young man who's been going here in the third quarter and the second half. Theo Bell's a number 5 draft choice out of Arizona, 5'11", 180-pounder, and he has replaced Swan. Of course, was all frog. I formation. Front man in the eye is Franco Harris. The tailback is Rocky Bleier. The turnaround to give to Rocky up over the middle at the 25. And Rocky charges up to 30, past the 30, up to about the 32-yard line before he is finally upended. And the hit again is made by the middle linebacker, Monty Johnson, and also by Willie Hall. But a gain on the play of about 9 yards, and it'll be second down and a yard to go. The ball up to 32.
That, too, was a trap play from the tailback, or again in that tailback set. Two tight ends.
Second down, a yard to go. Here's Bradshaw pitching out. Bleier at the 30. Hit in, driven down. Villapaiano knifing in from the left side. Hit Bleier, straightened him out, and then Filliol put the finishing touch on him and drove him down to the ground at the 35-yard line. But it's going to be enough yardage for the first down. And a tough and hard-earned first down it was for Rocky Bleier.
They were in a tailback position, just turned and pitched him the ball, let him sweep to the right, and coming all the way through on the other side. It's a tough angle. It's kind of a blind side. He didn't see it.
So it's first down and 10 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They've got it at their own 35-yard line. The game tied 7-0. Split backfield. Bradshaw turns around, gives to Bleier, the workhorse, and Bleier is hit. As charging in from the left side is Willie Hall, the linebacker. He came knifing in from the left side, and Bleier got to the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard or so more. Give him about 1 on the play. That'll make it second down and 9 to go.
That wasn't only a tough one, that was a dirty one. They're on the edge of the infield. They've got about 4 yards to gain to get on the grass for the long haul.
That hit was made right around second base, because that's the skin part of the infield where the Oakland A's, of course, play here. Second down. They give him to 8 yards to go. The ball is at the 37-yard line. Again, the I formation. Bradshaw sets. Handoff. Harris up the middle at the 35, the 40, the 45. At the 50-yard line. Open territory, 45-40. A fumble on the play. Picked up by Stallworth. He's down to the 10-5. Touchdown. Will it count? The ball went to Franco Harris. He got to midfield. The ball squirted away. Stallworth picks it up. And pro football, he's able to advance the ball. And they went all the way for the touchdown.
Well, maybe the Steelers owe them one like that. That was reminiscent of that one that they had in the playoff game a couple years back. Franco Harris stopped. I don't know whether he lateraled it or Tony or
well, it might have been a lateral. From this angle, it was difficult to see. All of a sudden, we saw 32 with the football. And then the next thing you know, here's 82 running goalward with it. So that'll make it 13-7. Geraldo's going to try with a PAT. Spotted down, kick up in the air. It is good. So we've got a timeout here. We've got 6 minutes and 46 seconds left to play. They went 77 yards, 5 plays in the third quarter. And the Pittsburgh Steelers have now taken a 14-7 lead over the Oakland Raiders. Well, Franco Harris found a room up the middle on a quick opener. He got up to about the 45-yard line of the Oakland Raiders, and all of a sudden we found Johnny Stallworth with a football racing toward the goal line.
You know, Tony, it's odd because, of course, Lynn Swan is injured, but they ran that series with 2 tight ends. Actually, it's a split receiver close. And they did it 3 or 4 times in a row, and then finally, bang, with runs, Franco spun that one.
Well, I'm not sure that one is not in the play, but we want to welcome these stations to our mutual Sunday afternoon football network, WNAB in Bridgeport, WSB in Atlanta, Georgia, KAHU in Honolulu, and KAKE in Wichita, Kansas. WNAB up in Bridgeport, Connecticut. 14-7, the Pittsburgh Steelers out in front.
Well, the report is that it was definitely a lateral.
It was a lateral.
Pretty good thinking on Franco's part.
Oh, pretty good thinking for Johnny Stallworth to stay right there with a play, and he was in the right spot at the right time. Franco Harris had the presence of mind to get the ball to him, and off it was to the races for Mr. Stallworth, and they never gained a yard on him. So Geraldo will kick it off from the 35-yard line. Now the Steelers, who trailed 7-0, then tied it up at 7-7 with 57 seconds left to play in the first half, are now out in front. So the last 2 scores belong to Pittsburgh. Bradshaw is back along with Clarence Davis at the goal line. Here's Gerardo with a run-up. The kick, it is coming down toward Bradshaw. He'll take it at the goal line. It bounces off his foot. He's going to have to get that football, do something with it, falls on it in the end zone, downs it there, and it'll be Oakland ball, first down and 10 at the 20-yard line.
It appears to me that he kind of lost that ball in the sun, and it did hit him in the foot. They've got a long way to go. I got a feeling we're going to see the ball in the air quite a bit this time, even though they're against the wind, and they've got about 6 minutes to go before they get it in the last quarter.
Well, that last drive for Pittsburgh started at the 23-yard line, so that's a 77-yard march. I don't know how many yards they're going to credit Franco with on that play, and then the subsequent lateral to Stallworth. But now the Raiders, with 6:38 to go, have to get something going here in the third quarter. Stabler turns around, gives. The ball going to Clarence Davis, who comes around. Clarence was on a wing on the right side, and Davis comes around and gets that ball up to about the 28 or 29-yard line, an advance of about 9 on the play.
He was running a sweep to his right, and they strung it out, and he saw a little daylight back into the inside, cut it back. Clarence has got great running ability to open daylight.
Second down, a yard to go. At the 29-yard line, Biletnikoff wide to the right. Branch in the slot to the right side. Stabler turns around. The ball goes to Van Eeghen, and Van Eeghen powers for the first down as he cracks off the left side, hitting left tackle, barges past the 30 and gets it nearly to the 34-yard line. So the Raiders have a first down, first and 10. And the crowd here at Oakland Coliseum starts coming to life. Ball is at the 34-yard line. Final score, San Diego 30, Kansas City 16. San Francisco beat Green Bay 26-14. Houston 20, Tampa Bay nothing. Stabler back to throw. Looking, throws up over the middle. Pass was almost intercepted. It was almost picked off by Jack Ham, the left side linebacker. It was intended for the running back coming out of the backfield, Mark Van Eeghen.
I think whatever coverage they were in, they'll probably repeat this down because it is an obvious passing down, and they need the possession of this first down. They double-covered Branch on our right, the offensive left side, and they left the linebackers free to roam and double free safety again. Good pass coverage.
Second down and 10. Oakland in possession of the ball at their own 34-yard line. Harris has been credited with a 25-yard run. Stallworth got the remaining 38. So a 63-yard play. Stabler back to throw. Looking, cocks his arm, fires long downfield, and headed for Clarence Davis. It is intercepted. It was picked off out there. Intercepted at the 25-yard line by free safety Glenn Edwards, who came to the near side of the field. On a fly pattern down the right side, Clarence Davis, and the pass is intercepted by Glenn Edwards, and Pittsburgh's got the ball first and 10. They'll spot it down at the Pittsburgh 27-yard line.
That's typical, Tony, of the defense that I was just mentioning. Here you've got a cornerback, J.T. Thomas, who's running step for step with a wide receiver of Oakland. He's not really afraid that he's going to get beat deep because anything long takes time to get there, and that's where Glenn Edwards came over playing the double free safety and lifted the ball so nicely into an interception.
Gators on the ball. They've got a 14-7 lead. Third quarter action. Turn around. Give to Franco Harris. This time there's no room in the middle. Franco dancing around, just trying to get as much as he can because he sees he can't go anywhere. Puts his head down, knees turning, gets maybe a yard or two, and that's it. The entire middle clogged up by the Oakland front four of Phil Yaw, Dave Rose, Jeff Winans, and Otis Sistrunk. Monty Johnson, the middle linebacker, was also there on the play. He gets about 3 on the play. Second down, 7 to go. The ball at the 30-yard line. Throw set for the Steelers. Bradshaw back to throw. Looking. Bleier open right side. Penalty marker on the play. The pass overthrown at about the 28-yard line. It is incomplete. Again, a penalty marker at the 35-yard line.
I think it's a call on the defensive secondary or on the offensive flanker receiver because there was collision between the two of them.
And apparently it is going to be against the Oakland Raiders.
Right.
Face mask grab is the call against Oakland.
I saw the flanker back go down, do a curl hook, and apparently he did scrape him against the face mask.
That'll be a first down now for the Steelers at their own 35-yard line. Bradshaw's 8 for 17, 141 yards. Stabler 12 for 24, 174 yards, but 2 of his have been picked off. Wide to the right, rookie Theo Bell. Out to the left, Johnny Stallworth, who has a touchdown. Bradshaw with a pro set. Harris directly behind him. Bleier off to the right. Long count, handoff goes to Franco, and Franco is met just as he gets to the line of scrimmage. Franco got the handoff, and knifing in from the right side was Willie Hall. Willie is 6'2", 225 pounds. He's a 5-year veteran from Southern Cal, and he has been very active, Tom.
I think what happened there is there was a long time in the cage you called out a long count, and I think he audibilized, sensing they were in some kind of man coverage you're going to have a blitz on, went to a little safer play with Franco running the ball.
Defensive back Neil Colsey out. That'll make it second down, and 11 to go. The ball at the 34-yard line. Stallworth out to the left. Here's Bradshaw handing off to Rocky Bleier. Rocky running on an angle toward the right tackle. Sweeping to the right, drives ahead, past the 35 up to about the 37-yard line. And now we've got a third down situation.
Tony, that's about where they were. We kept saying second base. 3 yards before you hit the grass. That's about where they were when they broke that run with Franco Harris in that lateral.
It's at the 37. We've got about 8 yards to go for the first down. So the Steelers are going to have to come up with something or give up the football. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Pittsburgh out in front, 14-7. Steelers in possession. Here's Bradshaw, back to throw. Looking. Can't go to Bleier rather than Franco Harris because he's covered, and Bradshaw's going to be snowed under. Football is picked up by Jerry Mullins. Apparently it was fumbled by Bradshaw. Tremendous amount of pressure. Bradshaw tried to go to the safety valve. Willie Hall's the last man to get up to the bottom of the foul, and maybe that play is going to stand up. Jerry Mullins, the guard, picked up the ball. The play may not have been blown dead, or was it? They're talking it over at the 45-yard line. Bradshaw had intended to dump the ball off to his running back. Franco Harris had gone out at an angle to the left side, and the play is going to hold up, but the ball will be spotted out at the 45-yard line. It will still be short of a first down, however, and with 4th down and 1, Bobby Walden is back to punt. So Bradshaw was really ganged up on by the Raiders defense, coughed up the football, and Jerry Mullins advanced it up to the 49-yard line, or the 44-yard line, 45-yard line. Walden back to boot. High snap, and he gets the kickoff end-over-ender. It'll hit on the sideline and go out of bounds in the vicinity of the 24-yard line. So the Raiders will have the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 24.
The Raiders have really been playing tough defense, Tony. That last series, as a matter of fact, they made Bradshaw cough the ball up. They were in tight man coverage.
Lazy Boy Shirt Company is going to award a Lazy Boy recliner to the outstanding offensive and outstanding defensive players in today's game. We'll announce the winners at the conclusion of our broadcast. Here's Stabler back to throw, looking, fire to the side. It's caught by Casper at the 35-yard line. It is going to be brought to a halt somewhere around the 35-yard line. He caught it at about the 33. Dave Casper again, the tight end, is open.
They were playing just a straight zone, Pittsburgh's defense.
There's a penalty marker back at about the 15-yard line. And it's going to be a wrap against the Oakland Raiders. And if there's one category they lead in this afternoon, it's certainly penalties.
Well, they've got 2 minutes before they gain the wind.
They're back at the 10-yard line now. I didn't catch the call. First down, 19 yards to go at the 10. Here's Stabler. Back to throw, rolling to the right. Pumps once, throws, and is caught again by Casper. He makes the reception at the 23-yard line, and then is hit immediately and dropped right there as Jack Lambert made the tackle on the play. That's the 4th penalty for the Raiders, and that's their 50th yard assessed against them.
Boy, Stabler can get you a lot of yardage, a chunky yardage. All of a sudden, there it was just strictly his ability to play cat and mouse, to roll out, to flank,
or rather to fake the ball and pump it and then find the open receiver.
14-yard pass from Stabler to Casper. Stabler back to throw. Looking, throws to the left side. It is almost up. It is intercepted. It went off the hands of the intended receiver, Freddie Bolitnikoff, and it was intercepted by the Oakland Raiders, Mike Wagner.
I don't think he was going to call that ball a reception.
Right about a Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike Wagner. There was no doubt about it. Our angle here shows that Wagner picked it off.
Both feet were in, and he caught it. I don't think the official realized it.
It was Jack Ham who picked it off, the linebacker.
That's a costly turnover at this venture.
Well, went off the hands of the sure-fingered Fred Bolitnikoff on the sideline. And now the Steelers get their first big break of the ball game, Tom. They've got the ball first down and 10. And the ball is at the 39-yard line of the Oakland Raiders. That's the third interception this afternoon. First and 10 at the Oakland 39. Bradshaw back to throw. Looking, throws that ball up over the middle and it's caught at the 30-yard line. At the 25-yard line, spinning away is Johnny Stallworth, and he's finally hauled down by the big defensive left end, Charles Filyaw, 6'8", 270-pound rookie, number 1 draft choice, picked first in the second round by the Oakland Raiders out of Texas Southern.
That was just a double inside fake. He faked to Franco, he faked to Rocky firing through, and then drug straight back and completed that pass.
First and 10 now at the 26-yard line. Handoff goes to Reggie Harrison, bounces off one tackler, runs into a couple of others. Filyaw for one, and linebacker Phil Villapiano for another. And let's see where he put it down. Somewhere around the 24-yard line, a gain of about 2 yards. Reggie Harrison, 5'11", 220-pound, 4-year man out of Cincinnati. Bradshaw, the quarterback, has gone all the way. Franco Harris back in, along with Rocky Bleier.
Oakland's really got to do or die here, Tony, because if Pittsburgh gets another first down, they're in position for a field goal.
Here's the handoff, straight ahead, power play. And Franco just grinding it out, trying to get as much as he possibly can, gets that football inside the 25-yard line, down to about the 22-yard line. Well, there it is, the end of the third quarter of play with a score. The Pittsburgh Steelers 14, the Oakland Raiders 7. Now this for Lazy Boy.
I don't believe it. Joe Namath has elected to run. There he goes. He's still on his feet. He evades one tackler, explodes around right end. He's still on his feet.
Take it from me, Joe Namath. After a hard day's work, there's nothing like taking the weight off your feet. I do it by relaxing in my Lazy Boy recliner. If you work hard for a living, get yourself a Lazy Boy too. Put your feet up in a Lazy Boy, and right away it's a holiday. Lazy Boy chairs. They're on sale now.
Fourth quarter underway. Pittsburgh 14, Oakland 7. And the Steelers have the football. Third down and 6 at the Oakland 22-yard line. Steelers favored to win it in the American Football Conference Central Division. The Oakland Raiders, the favorites to win it in the American Football Conference West. And right now, the Pittsburgh Steelers have the better of it. They're out in front 14-7 as we move to the top of the fourth quarter. Other stations that we like to welcome today along our network for Sunday afternoon football. KRMD, Shreveport, Louisiana. WPON, Pontiac, Michigan. KMOX in St. Louis, Missouri. And KBIM, Roswell, New Mexico.
Tony, it's the third down, 6 situation. Pittsburgh's converted 4 out of 8 of these in the previous times.
Theo Bell is wide to the right. Out to the left, we've got Johnny Stallworth. Turn around, fake to Franco, pass out. It's taken here by Stallworth at the 20, at the 15. He's down at the 12-yard line before he's hustled out of bounds. And Willie Hall is again there to make the hit on the play. And also helping was Willie Brown, the right quarterback for the Oakland Raiders.
That's a little quick screen action. They come back to the pocket, fake a little draw to Franco, and then bang, hit a little quick flare pass to the wide receiver and try to get a screening action in front of him. They picked up about 8 or 10 yards on it.
The key to the play, Tom, is the fact that the wide receiver comes back a couple of steps to get it. So that'll make it first down at 10 to go. The ball is at the Oakland 12-yard line. Bradshaw reaching under center, Ray Mansfield. Bleier and Harris in the backfield. Wide left and right, Stallworth and Theo Bell. Split back to you now. Hand off to Franco Harris. Gets by one man and gets down to the 12-yard line and no more as he runs into Teddy Hendricks, the right side linebacker. One of the Raiders knifed in the backfield, and Harris just ran right by him, pushed him away, but Teddy Hendricks was there to make the stop on the play. A gain of a yard. It'll be second down at 9. The ball is at the Oakland 11. And the Raiders can ill afford to give up a score here. They trail 14-7. But the Steelers, who started back at the Oakland 39, are knocking on the door once again, following an intercepted pass by Jack Ham. Now in motion toward the line of scrimmage, we've got Theo Bell to pass to Bell. Touchdown! Terry Bradshaw to Theo Bell. And Theo Bell beat everybody. Villappiano, the linebacker, and the defensive back in the left corner, Skip Thomas, for the score. An 11-yard touchdown pass. Terry Bradshaw to rookie Theo Bell. And Oakland Raiders now trail by a score of 20-7 at the top of the fourth quarter, and Roy Girello will try with a PAT.
You know, it's funny, Tony, that was an individual thing all the way. They were in a strong right formation. The flanker back, who normally doesn't do this, comes in motion towards the rest of the team, and then he cuts up the field on the snap of the ball, which is strictly one-on-one coverage with a wingback.
Hit by Girello, right up the middle, it's good. And with 14-12 left to play, there's a timeout with a score. Pittsburgh Steelers 21, the Oakland Raiders 7. 14 minutes and 12 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Pittsburgh now leading by 2 touchdowns, 21-7. That march went 39 yards, 5 plays. The last 11 covered from Bradshaw to Theo Bell for the touchdown. Girello adds the PAT, his third of the afternoon, 21-7. Pittsburgh out in front. And deep now for the Oakland Raiders at the goal line. Carl Garrett to our left and off to our right. Clarence Davis. Girello's got it teed up at the 35-yard line. And the Raiders are going to have to make some moves.
Well, the one thing they've got going, Tony, is they've got the wind behind them all fourth quarter, so they need a drive here badly to get back in this thing, which they can easily do.
And the kick down to Garrett at the 5-yard line, up the left side at the 10, the 15, up the 20-yard line, at the 25-yard line. Spins around, is hit at the 30-yard line, and driven down at the 32-yard line. And the tackle made by Pittsburgh's Reggie Harrison, the number 2 running back behind Franco Harris. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Oakland Raiders.
I think we can see a lot of 4-out receivers, both the backs, both the ends.
At the 33-yard line. Now, the question is, will the Raider receivers be looking into the sun, Tom?
Well, that's another point.
You might have the wind, but
not the sun.
And believe me, there isn't a cloud anywhere in the vicinity. Bright, sunshiny day. So here's Stabler, and right off the bat, he's back to throw. Looking, throws up over the middle. It's caught by Mark Van Eeghen. He is hit down by Jack Ham at the 40-yard line.
That's the thing, I think we're going to see a lot of that because both your wide receivers were double covered. So all he can do is come to the pocket and a little check flare, a little check through, that is, set up like pass protection, then filter through the line and outlet to your backs, which is exactly what he did there.
And the same alignment now as Bolitnikov goes out to the right and Branch comes out to the left. The gain is 8 on the play. 2nd down and 2 to go. The ball at the 41-yard line. Hand off to Van Eeghen. Van Eeghen runs right into the waiting arms of the linebacker on the right side, and believe me, there was just no place to go as Lauren Taves, 6'3", 222-pound, 5-year man out of California, just picked him up, got his hands right behind his kneecaps, and drilled him right down into the ground. The ball is at the 42, 3rd down, about a yard to go. So Van Eeghen just searching for some running room at all, couldn't get away from Taves. We're going to have a measurement here. And the stretch, and from here it looks like it will be short of a 1st down. You know, if all the real estate companies perform the same functions, why list with gallery of homes? The answer is service. It makes a difference when you sell. Check the yellow pages today for your gallery broker. 13:21. Time, of course, of the essence now. Fourth quarter action. Pittsburgh 21, Oakland 7. The Raiders have the football. 3rd down, a yard to go. They must get a 1st down here. The ball at the 42-yard line. Barasak in there. Gets the ball at the left tackle, and he is up to about the 47-yard line. He's finally knocked down by Jack Lambert and by Mean Joe Green, but Pete Barasak has the first down. He's 5'11", 210 pounds, a 12-year veteran from Miami of Florida.
Well, I think that gets them. That 6 inches they needed for the first down was no time to play games. They had to get the first down, and now they can open up a little bit. They're on the grass. They've got about halfway to go, 50 yards to go, and they can open it up and throw the ball.
The ball is at the 48-yard line of the Oakland Raiders. First down and 10 yards to go. Here's Stabler dropping back to throw. Looking. He may have to eat the football. He's going to be wrapped up by Ernie Holmes, but there's a penalty marker at the midfield stripe. Ernie Holmes got to him, 6'3", 260-pound, 6-year man from Texas Southern. Wrapped up Stabler, but he couldn't find anybody open. It's a penalty marker at the 50-yard line, and this one may be against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
They were playing that coverage again, Tony, where the linebackers underneath are man-to-man and the two deep center fielders. And I think the guy that was playing man-to-man on the right corner got a little too close, a little too nifty, and they called him.
And we're going to have a defensive holding call against the Steelers, and that makes it first down and 10 to go as they walk it off and bring the ball down to the 48-yard line of the Steelers.
This is a key drive for Oakland.
Wide to the right is Bolitnikov. Left to the right side, Branch. Quick count, Stabler looking to throw. Looking, throws to the sideline. Open, Bolitnikov. Down the sideline at the 35, the 33-yard line. And he is hit right there at the 33 and driven down by J.T. Thomas. It's enough for another Oakland first down. And the Raider offense comes to life. This drive started back at the Oakland 33. It is now reached the Pittsburgh 32. Dave Casper is the tight end, left side. They send Clarence Davis on the wing. Wide to the right is Bolitnikov, slot, Branch. Here's the pitch to Barasak. Barasak behind the block at the 30, at the 25-yard line.
That's great.
As Barasak gets the pitch, and he got it down to the 25-yard line, and the man leading the play was the big offensive left tackle Artie Shell, 6'5", 265-pound, 10-year veteran from Maryland Eastern Shore. Gain of 7. It'll be second down and 3. Here's Stabler getting the ball. Hands it off to Barasak. Barasak spinning around down to about the 21 or 22-yard line. As Jack Lambert makes the hit on the play. First down for the Oakland Raiders. The ball is down around the 21-yard line. Again, time of the essence. We've got 11 minutes and 2 seconds remaining. And the Raiders need a touchdown now on this drive.
I speculate a little run-action pass about here. It's a good call time for it. It's a first down situation. Oakland has had 17 first downs.
Wide left, Branch. Out to the right, Bolitnikov. Stabler back to throw. Point for Bolitnikov. Open touchdown. Diving catch in the end zone by Freddie Bolitnikov, who split between the right corner, Thomas, and the right safety, Wagner, made a diving catch in the end zone. Petey.
Well, it happens that quickly. Bolitnikov made a beautiful catch out of it, but, you talk about timing and anticipation. Here you are with the pressure of a quarterback. Stabler comes to the pocket, and he sees the wide flanker doing a turn-in. He anticipates where he's going to be, and he puts the ball up, and they merge. Well, that makes the ball game out of it. It was anyhow.
Freddie Stein put the try with a point after touchdown now. 10:46 showing on the clock. It's now 21-13. The Pittsburgh League wants 14. Now cut down to 8. Could be 7. Kick up in the air. It is good. It's good. 21-14 Pittsburgh. In town, we've got ourselves a football game. Deep man for the Steelers. Waiting to receive back at the 3-yard line is Jack Delaplane, the rookie out of Salem, West Virginia College. Off to the left, Frenchie Fuqua. On the other side, Ernest Pugh. And Ray Guy set to do it. The run-up and the kick. It is high, headed for Fuqua. The other sideline bounces. He's going to have to run it back at the 2, the 5, at the 10, the 15. And he is ganged up there, and he's ridden down at the 15-yard line.
This crowd's going to get behind Oakland now because they need to shut them off if they're going to get right back in it.
Steelers have the ball. First down and 10. Here's Bradshaw, reaching under center Ray Mansfield. Again, the throw set. Bradshaw back to throw. Looking. Throws up the sideline and cut it for caught by Stallworth. Stallworth did a superb job of working his way around the defensive back on the play. Willie Brown moved in front of him and caught the ball. A big play for the Pittsburgh Steelers at the 48-yard line.
You know, Tony, that had interception written all over it because the ball floated, and the receiver had actually overrun it, but he came back for it. You're right. That's just a super play on the part of the flanker.
A great job by Johnny Stallworth, 6'2", 183-pound, four-year man out of Alabama A&M. First and 10 now as the ball is up at the 46-yard line. Here's Bradshaw, back to throw. Looking, throwing up the right sideline, caught by Stallworth, and he steps out of bounds again. This time at about the 27 to 28-yard line, and again, Stallworth is getting the better of it. The quarterback, Willie Brown, and Willie, of course, supposed to be one of the very best in pro football.
You know, I think it's that great speed. Here you are, a wide receiver. You're running down the field with all things turned up to the high gear, and the defender's backing off, and then you suddenly do a little out hitch pattern, and that's exactly what he did. Perfect throw. Stallworth, right. Perfect throw to him.
So it's first and 10. Down to the 31-yard line. Pittsburgh in possession. They lead 21 to 14. Wide to the right is Theo Bell. Here's Bradshaw, a busted play. He was supposed to hand it off, I believe, to Franco Harris. And Franco never did get out of the starting block, slipped and fell, and Bradshaw wound up with a football. Tried to roll out to the right side and got nowhere at all.
He fell right about at that same infamous place, second base. They're on the infield now. It's kind of tough traction down there.
Loss of a couple, second down and 12 to go. Pittsburgh in possession at the Oakland 32. Well, the Steelers can ill afford, believe me, or the Raiders rather can ill afford even a field goal because time of the essence, and the Steelers are really eating up the clock. It's down to 7:45 in the fourth quarter. Big play coming up for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Harrison Bleier in the backfield. Wide to the right is Theo Bell. Stallworth in tight. Here's Bradshaw back to throw. Looking, throws. Pass is up there. It is incomplete, and there's going to be a penalty marker against Atkinson. No doubt about it. Atkinson had his arm hooked around Randy Grossman. I thought the call was a good one.
It was a good call. Defensively, he didn't have to do that. He was in good position. He reached around with his right hand, but his left hand was wrapped around him.
He hooked him with the left arm, and George Atkinson, the 6', 185-pound 10-year veteran out of Morris Brown, is the culprit. And it's going to be a first down for the Steelers at about the 15-yard line.
Well, that's a tough break for them, but they're on the 15-yard line now. They can play a pretty tight man coverage.
Rocky Bleier comes out, and Frenchie Fuqua is now in. Frenchie's 5'11", 200-pounder in his ninth year at Morgan State. We'll have one setback, and that'll be Franco Harris. Here's the handoff to Franco. Circle to the left at the 15. Turns the corner at the 10. Turns in at about the 8-yard line where he's hit and knocked down at the 8. And we may have a face mask grab against the Oakland Raiders. They'll put the ball down at about the 6 or the 7-yard line.
Well, that's the thing you get. Franco with a little delay hitch step, looking like he's going to run inside, bangs it outside, and then turns it up. And, of course, you can't arm tackle the guy. You really got to go after him. And the aggressive Oakland team commits a foul.
The ball will be spotted down.
Halfway to the goal?
Halfway to the goal line. It'll be at the 3.5-yard line, where it now becomes first down and goal to go at the 3.5. 6 minutes, 46 seconds left to play. The Steelers in possession. They also have the lead, 21 to 14.
Well,
now it's up to the Raiders defense.
It was right here, Tony, that they stopped them in that first quarter. The Steelers were knocking on the 3-yard line. They were in identical the same position except for a different time in the ball game. They did it then, and I'm sure they're going to be up there trying to do it now.
Mike Webster out over the football. 6'2", 250-pound, 4-year man from Wisconsin. Bradshaw takes the snap. Hand off to Franco Harris. Harris Stallworth, touchdown! Franco started a circle to the right, then cut back against the grain, found a hole, went around left guard, and just ran into the end zone for the TD. And now it's Pittsburgh out in front, 27-14.
That ball was almost bobbled. When he handed it off, it was a great curl pattern. Everything flowed right. A great defensive surge at the time at the point of the line. And then Franco just curled it underneath and actually winds up running it to the left of center.
Well, with the help of a lot of penalties, the Steelers have gone 84 yards. And they take a 13-point lead. Roy Girella, flag for the PAT. Spotted down by Walden, kick up right up the middle. It's good. All right, it's 28-14. Now we've got some extracurricular activity on the sideline between the officials and one of the Oakland coaches. Member of the Oakland coaching staff.
How well I know that scene, Tony. You know a call one way or the other can mean a ball game, and it's so important to them, and they're so heated and angry. All the emotion surging through. He probably said something, and words were exchanged.
And they're talking it over now, right now, in front of the Oakland bench. I believe a penalty marker was thrown. And we may have another rap against the Raiders, and this time against the Oakland bench. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
He'll be kicking off from the 50. He can put it through the uprights from there, I believe.
We've got Carl Garrett, a Clarence Davis standing at the goal line.
Well, that's the 7th penalty, Tony, for the Oakland Raiders. Total of 69 yards plus that 15 is awful close to 80, 85 yards.
And just to show you that everything isn't going right for the Steelers, the ball fell off the tee for Girella.
Well, I think Oakland can get in it with a quick score here. There's plenty of time to do it.
Here's a boot straight up the middle. It's going to be 3 points if it were a field goal, but it's not. A touchback, and that'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. I'll tell you, Girella never kicked one any straighter from the 50-yard line. That put the uprights right in two. So the Oakland Raiders, 6:39 to go, 2 touchdowns behind, have their work cut out for them. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Well, he's got to go for broke on this drive, I think. If you've got the ball, you've got an 80-yard drive to sustain. You've got to put the ball in the air. He's got to take some gambles because it isn't the last score that's important. It's this score. To get back in this game, and they certainly can with 6:39, he's got to hit a score, maybe a wide one. They've got some single coverage. Maybe he'll go that way.
Here's Bolitnikoff wide to the right, Branch out to the left. Stabler looking for Branch, throws that ball. It is intercepted out there by Blunt at the 30, at the 25, at the 20, and he is ridden out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. And now John Madden and the Raider bench and the Fangio believe that Blunt was a little too aggressive on the intended receiver, Cliff Branch, and no penalty marker was thrown.
Yeah, that's a tough situation because that call takes away possession at a crucial time.
And that means that's the 4th time Kenny Stabler has been intercepted this afternoon. And as we said earlier in the game, he had 24 interceptions a year ago. And only Joe Namath in the NFL had more. He had 28. 1st down and 10. 5 minutes and 42 seconds left to play. 28-14. Pittsburgh is on top. Here's Bradshaw with a deuce backfield. Pitch out to Franco Harris. Franco finding difficulty getting any running room. And what have we got here? Looked like Franco might have had the ball ripped away from him.
Skip Thomas, the cornerback. Tremendous recovery.
One of the Raiders shaking up on the play. Getting in on the action was Otis Sistrunk. He almost got into it, one of the offensive linemen for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The beatings run very high here. 5:35 to go, and this is going to be Oakland football at the 25-yard line.
Well, this is where the field goal might put it out of range for them, or at least protect it. But they didn't get that shot.
Well, this is it. The Raiders need a touchdown here. They trail 28-14. Stabler intercepted 4 times, back to throw. Under pressure, fire, sideline. Pass caught by Clarence Davis at the 35, at the 40, and knocked out of bounds by Jack Ham at about the 41 or 42-yard line. But there's a penalty marker on the play, back at the 19-yard line. one would have to assume, regardless of the outcome, and this penalty is going to be against Oakland, it's going to be illegal motion against Oakland, that they will lead the league at the end of the first week of play in penalties.
Well, I'm sure it's a dubious honor for them.
Yes, it is. But it has cost them dearly this afternoon.
Surely it has.
Instead of having the ball up around the 41-yard line, the motion penalty brings it back and brings it back to the 21.
You know, and that's a double jeopardy thing. It's not only the completion loss and the penalty loss. When you combine that, instead of maybe 85 or 90 yards in penalties, it's about 170 yards when you add what you could have gained on that particular play.
Make it the 19-yard line. It'll be first down and 15 yards to go at the 19-yard line. 5:27 left. Then Boletnikoff goes out to the right. Ciani is in the slot to the right side. Speedster Cliff Branch is to the left. Van Eeghen, the lone setback. Stabler back to throw. Stabler throws. He is hit. The pass is, was it caught or was? Great catch by Dave Casper. Reaching in, getting a hand on the football. For the Pittsburgh Steelers was free safety Glenn Edwards. The ball was tipped up into the air. Casper had it, juggled it, grabbed it again. Finally hit by Edwards and by the cornerback, J.T. Thomas. And the ball is at the 41-yard line now. A great catch, a great fingertip juggling act by Casper. And it's a first down here for the Oakland Raiders.
Tony, that was a 22-yard pickup, and the beautiful thing about it, he caught it in traffic, and it was a bobble ball after it was tipped. And Dave had great concentration on it. I was a little worried about Stabler. He shook his arm when he got up because they're stunning like mad up front. Those front four of Pittsburgh are putting on a tremendous rush.
Obviously, with the Raiders trailing by 14, Oakland's got to go to the air, and Steelers front four and the linebackers are just teeing off. Stabler dropping back. Here they come. Here's a pass by Stabler. Thrown. It is caught by Casper at the 45, at the 40. He's knocked out at the 35, 34-yard line. And again, it's Glenn Edwards who makes the stop on the play. But the Raiders have now moved into Steeler territory. We're just under 5 minutes, 4:55 to go. And Oakland trying to come back, trailing 28-14. They've got a first down. It's at the 34-yard line of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I think we're going to see a change in coverage. You see, in the kind of coverage Pittsburgh's playing, 2 deep safeties and 4 underneath people playing man-to-man, that puts a linebacker on Casper. He's a little too quick for it, not like the average tight end. So this time they are. They're in man-to-man coverage tight.
Here's Stabler back to throw. He's got 4 receivers throwing to the far sideline. Boletnikoff got it at the 18-yard line and hit down and knocked out immediately. He was stopped right in his tracks by J.T. Thomas.
Both he and Stabler, Tony. Stabler's getting up. It was a great throw, but he's getting up off the ground.
And Gene Upshaw and his counterpart, Ernie Holmes, having some words out there. Feeling always runs high between these two rivals. It'll be another first down. 1st and 10. The ball is now at the 19-yard line. Pittsburgh leading 28-14, but time running out. 3:50 on the clock. The Raiders with the ball. 1st and 10. Out of the huddle they come. Stabler gets the snap. Drops back. Looking. He's not going to get it off. He is swarmed under by Mean Joe Green and company. Joe Green looked like he was the first to get to him.
I saw a penalty flag fall, Tony, again.
Ernie Holmes was there. And it's going to be against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it might be a face mask grab.
The rush was coming in so hard they jumped over the pile and grabbed at the passer, Stabler, and apparently caught the face mask.
That's what it is. So that's going to make it first down and 10 to go.
Stabler is 20 out of 34 for 274 yards. Granted, he's had 4 interceptions, but that's a fine day. If he can get him in here, he's got a chance. They've got life.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. Boletnikoff out to the right. Ciani out to the left. Here's the handoff to Banaszak. Hole up the middle. The 20, the 15, and down around the 10-yard line. We'll have After taking to the air, they came back for the ground play up the middle, and Bannersack gets it down to around the 10-yard line.
It was a smart call, it really was. They were playing the pass.
And it's another first down. So the ball is at the 10-yard line. And the Raiders are 10 yards away from moving within a touchdown of the Steelers. 3 minutes and 8 seconds left to play in the ball game. Stabler with Clarence Davis and Pete Bannersack in the backfield. Back to throw. Looking. Has the time. Fires. Touchdown, Dave Casper. Touchdown, Dave Casper. On a crossing pattern, left to right. And the Raiders are on the board, and it's now 28-20.
Well, he guessed right, Tony. He guessed they'd be in man coverage, put 2 receivers to his right, drove them off all the way to the left side, delayed Casper, and brought Casper underneath crossing to the right side of the end zone. Perfect throw, and he had the time to get it off.
A 10-yard touchdown pass from Stabler to Dave Casper, and that'll make it 28-20. Here comes the PAT attempt by Freddie Steinfort. Left-footed kicker, spotted down, kick up, it is good. So, there's a timeout with a score. The Pittsburgh Steelers 28, the Oakland Raiders 21. Now this word.
Weekends were made for Michelob. Weekends were made for Michelob. Not a cloud in the sky. Weekends. Say a few friends drop by. Weekends. Let you know which beer you're going out to buy. It's Michelob.
Maybe this would be a good weekend to try Mix 7. Mick for Michelob. 7 for 7 ounces of unexpected pleasure. Look for Mix 7 in the gold 6-pack.
Weekends were made for Michelob. Weekends were made for Michelob. Have a nice one, you're here. Weekend. 52 times a year. Weekend. Don't forget, remember to pick up some beer. Michelob. Weekends were made for Michelob.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. Distributed by Utley Distributing Company.
54,037 treated to a wing-ding of a football game here at the Oakland Coliseum. That is 28-21. As the Oakland Raiders have just moved 76 yards at 8 plays. The final 10, Kenny Stabler to Dave Casper, who has now caught 7 for 122 yards. And it's not over yet. On the clock here, 2 minutes and 56 seconds.
Well, strategy-wise, we could look for an onside kick. I don't know that they will, but they might.
Single safety for the Steelers. They're probably expecting it. The kick goes to Jack Delaplane. Delaplane takes it at the 12, the 15, at the 20. Circles to the left at the 20-yard line. Try to turn the corner at the 25, at the 30-yard line. Written out of bounds at the 35-yard line or the 30-yard line. But there are penalty markers all over the place.
He was fighting so hard to make that return and get to the outside, and it invited a clip, Tony. It just had to be a clip.
And that's going to set the Steelers back. The penalty marker at the 19-yard line. And so with 2:45 to go, instead of having the ball in the vicinity of the 30, it's now first down and 10 for Pittsburgh at the 9-yard line.
Everything comes into play here. If their timeouts are run out, they don't want to make a bobble with the ball. They can't afford a dangerous play to put it in the air. They're fighting really for the possession of the ball and the duration of the time element.
Mike Webster has replaced Ray Mansfield at center. I formation. Frank O'Hara's brought down in the eye. Rocky Bleier is the tailback. Theo Bell wide to the right. The handoff goes to Bleier up the middle. No! He runs into the waiting arms of the knifing left end, Charles Billiard, the number 1 draft choice of the Oakland Raiders.
Well, the crowd's on it. They know what they've got to do here. They've got to stop them this series of downs.
Dropped at the 8-yard line as Rocky Bleier lost of a yard. Second down and 11 to go. We'll keep an eye on the clock. 2:20 showing on the clock. Second down, 11. The ball is at the Pittsburgh 8-yard line. Steelers in possession. They lead 28-21. Here's Bradshaw waiting for the snap. Turns around. Gives again to Bleier, and Rocky finds very little running room. Maybe got her back to the line of scrimmage. The original line of scrimmage, the 9-yard line, and that's about it. They say he advanced it as far as the 10. So the gain on the play is a couple. It'll be third down and 9 yards to go, and there is a 2-minute warning.
Terry Bradshaw's gone over to the sideline because this is a crucial call. You're the quarterback at home, and you're saying to yourself, I've got to possess the ball. I can't take a big trouble spot, and yet I've got 8 yards to pick up. They're down an 8, and it's a crucial down. If they turn the ball over, they're going to have to punt it, and Oakland gets another shot at trying to tie up the score.
Well, should Oakland score, Pittsburgh failed to move for the first down, and the Raiders come back and tie it up at 28 all. There'll be about a 3-minute delay, and then we'll go at it in overtime. And the first team that does score, it belongs to them. We're going to pause briefly for station identification. This is Mutual, your News and Sports Radio Network.
This is WSON in Henderson.
Pittsburgh 28, Oakland 21. That's the score here at the Oakland Coliseum. 2 minutes remaining on the clock. Bradshaw's returning to the huddle after talking to Coach Chuck Noll. Well, it's a third down and 9 situation. The ball is up the 10-yard line. Steelers in possession.
I think they're going to play it safe. I really do.
We shall see. Coming into the ball game, Charles Phillips. And that means that Willie Hall, the linebacker, moves out. The Steelers huddled at the goal line. They break. Wide to the left is Stallworth. Out to the right is Theo Bell. Bradshaw, the quarterback. Split backfield, Bleier and Harris. Bradshaw waiting for the snap from Webster. Gets it. Back to throw. Looking. Throwing up the left side and center for Stallworth. It is incomplete. Stallworth fell down at the 35-yard line, making his cut. And the pass is incomplete, and that's going to force the Pittsburgh punt.
About a 5-mile wind coming, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be punting into that wind. So it should mean pretty good field position for Oakland going in.
Now it's up to Bobby Walden, the veteran, to really boom one out of here.
They may even have a block on Tony. It's conceivable at this time.
Single safety for the Oakland Raiders. It's Neil Colsey. He's waiting for the football. The 3-year veteran from Ohio State, right around midfield. And we're going to have, I believe, a timeout called here by the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The wide receiver trying the last reception. Is it number 82?
Stallworth, right.
Is it Stallworth? Limping off the field. Bradshaw is 12 for 23 with 148 yards, Tony.
You know, when you sell your home through Gallery of Homes, you'll probably see more potential buyers because Gallery brings buyers in from your own town and from far away, too. Call today. Check the yellow pages for your Gallery broker. Bobby Walden, back to the standing about a yard or two deep in the end zone. Neil Colsey at the 49-yard line of the Pittsburgh Steelers waiting for the punt. Here's the snap. Head high. Gets the ball. Maybe it was blocked. It was partially blocked. It's at the 29. The Raiders have the ball at the 29-yard line. It was blocked and it was picked off at the 29-yard line by Charles Phillips of the Oakland Raiders.
Well, they got some penetration. Some of those big linemen, I knew they had to go for a block or either that or go for the return, and they were deep enough in their territory that a block seemed like good logic.
The snap was a little bit high. It looked like Walden was going to try to angle a kick to the right, away from Colsey, make him run to his left. So now, the ball is at the 28-yard line. The Oakland Raiders have it. First down and 10 at the Pittsburgh 28.
This crowd
to the right, we've got Bolitnikoff and Ciani. Stabler's the quarterback. Back to throw. Looking, has the time. Scrambling now, is going to have to run. Throws on the run and throws it away.
It was Willie Hall that got a hand on that punt, Tony, and it put him in position.
Pass was intended for Cliff Branch, but Stabler threw it out of bounds when he saw that he had nobody open, and that'll make it second down and 10 that stops the clock. 1 minute and 40 seconds remain to be played in this game.
Boy, there's where experience defense really tells. Kenny Stabler could have taken negative yardage had he gotten trapped back there, but they don't need that. He doesn't need to throw it in a crowd, so he wisely threw it away after looking over the entire field. It'd be a gamble here with the clock the way it is, but it might not be the bad time for that draw or that screen, although Pittsburgh sure can't play it.
Second down and 10 to go. Stabler back to throw. Looking. May have to run. No, he's going to throw down the sideline. It is incomplete. Incomplete at about the 2-yard line. A pass long downfield intended for Clarence Davis.
He turned, and he was looking the wrong direction. The ball was coming on the other shoulder. He turned the opposite way, probably lost it momentarily, and if I'm not mistaken, that ball went through his arms.
Well, they had the coverage they wanted on that play, Tom, and that they had the speedster Clarence Davis, a running back, our linebacker Lauren Taves. So now it becomes third down and 10. The football at the 28-yard line. Here's the big play. Wide to the right goes Bolitnikoff. In the slot to the right side, we've got Cliff Branch. Dave Casper is the tight end on the left side. Garrett and Banaszak in the backfield. Stabler back to throw. Looking, fires. It is overthrown, intended for Bolitnikoff. That time they had him coming around, courting up over the middle. They wanted the short yardage in the first down, and it's now 4th and 10 at the 28, and we have 1 minute and 29 seconds left.
Well, no question about it. A field goal's not going to help you at this juncture, so all you're going to do, you're going to go for a 4th down situation. That time, Pittsburgh had the double free safety, double free center fielder, so to speak, and the underneath coverage running man for man with him. They're going to come right back with the best pass defense they got. That's probably it. They'll probably do that same thing. So it's a check through or a little draw or a screen. They need the first down if they're going to get in the game.
Ernie Holmes is back in now, and that means they'll be teeing off on the quarterback. One setback, it's Banaszak. Wide to the right is Bolitnikoff. Stabler back to throw, looking. He loads the player. At the 30, throws, and it's caught. At the 15, at the 10, at the 8, at the 5, at the corner, down at the 2. The pass was caught by Cliff Branch. Cliff Branch ran almost the whole width of the field, or at least 3/4 of it, and got it down to the 2-yard line. And Oakland's got it first down and goal to go at the Pittsburgh 2 with 1 minute 9 left. 27-yard gain. Fabulous display of being a toreador by Ken Stabler, who looked like he was trapped. It was all over. You talk about success and failure. A margin of fractions of inches. Coming out of there, out of the crowd, Cliff Branch, grabbing the ball, running diagonally across the field for a 27-yard gain. And you're right, Tony, right from the first word of the game, you said we might have our first overtime, and we're within about a foot away from having it. The Snakes may go free that time, but he is aptly named, believe me. All right, first down and goal to go at the 2-yard line. Some kind of action here. The Raiders make some changes. Coming into the ball game, Stabler going to the sideline. Now talking to the official. Banaszak stays in the backfield. Clarence Davis is in the backfield. Teddy Kwolek, the tight end, is in there now. One-time star with the San Francisco 49ers.
They might have 2 tight ends.
Dave Casper's on the left side. Kwolek will be on the right. 1:09 to go. First down and goal to go at the 2-yard line. Throw set. Now you've got a power back in Banaszak, and you've got a speedster in Clarence Davis. And the official wants everybody out of the end zone. That's what it is. There are quite a few cameramen, television, newspaper people in the end zone, and they want that end zone clear of everyone. So the Steelers rehuddle, and so do the Oakland Raiders. First and goal to go at the 2. Dave Dalby out over the football. Kwolek, tight end, right side. Here's a man in motion now. It's Bankston. Turn around, give. No, fake. Here's Stabler running it at the goal line. Touchdown! Terry Stabler set a man in motion. Bankston to the right. faked the handoff, kept it himself, headed for the end zone, made it to the corner, and it's now 28-27. And here comes the all-important point after. That all-important point after touchdown as Freddie Steinfort, the rookie out of Boston College, a number 5 draft choice. Well, he's replaced the veteran George Blanda as the field goal and point after kicker.
Well, Tony, that has to be one of those you keep in the back drawer for just such time. They had time for about 1 or 2 plays. This is an important point.
David Hom puts it down, kick up, good! Tie ball game! 1:05 to go, and we're right back where we started. 1 minute, 5 seconds left to play. And Steinfort puts it between the uprights. And it's all tied up at 28 apiece. 29 yards wide, 5 plays. Stabler getting the last 2.
You know, Kenny Stabler is 22 for 39, completed 22 times for 39 thrown, 311 yards gained. Even though he's got 4 interceptions, he pulled one out of the fire right there by bootlegging it around to the left side.
Well, the Steelers now have Jack Delaplane back at about the 7-yard line in single safety. Up front at about the 12, make that the 17-yard line off to the left. Here's a run-up, and a boot. It is high, it is deep. Duquay gets it at the 12, the 15, at the 20, at the 25, at the 30, a penalty marker at the 35, and he is down at the 39-yard line. Foul is against, it's going to be a personal foul against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that'll set the Steelers back. 59 seconds left on the clock in regulation time. And the Raiders have come back to score 2 touchdowns in the final quarter to tie the game at 28 all. Out to the right, Theo Bell. Out to the left, Ernest Pugh. The quarterback is Terry Bradshaw. Back to throw. Looking, up over the middle, deflected down, intercepted. The pass was intercepted by the Oakland Raiders after it was deflected. And the Raiders have the football at about the Steelers' 12-yard line. Well, that was 5. That's right, 5 receivers. And they were going all over. And it was Willie Hall who played himself one whale of a football game. He blocked the punt. He blocked the pass. Willie Hall makes the interception. Well, when these 2 teams get together, there's no telling. Stabler now to quarterback. Here's a handoff to Bannersack. Tries left tackle. He is hit as he gets down to the 10 to about the 8 or 9 yard line.
They're going to play position here, Tony.
Jack Lambert making the stop on the play. Clarence Davis in the backfield. So is Pete Bannersack. Dave Casper, the tight end on the left side. Davis goes out on a wing now. Second down, 7 yards to go. The ball is at the 9 yard line. Handoff to Bannersack up the middle at the 5, down to the 4. Bannersack powering straight ahead. Seconds tick off the clock. 35 seconds left in the ball game. The Raiders looking at the clock, letting the seconds tick off. 20 seconds left. 21, and it's stopped now with 21 seconds remaining. And Stabler again comes to the sideline. Well, you've got a rookie. Freddie Steinfort, 5'11", 185 pounds. A number 5 draft choice out of Boston College. And I did Navy games in past years' time, and I've seen plenty of Mr. Steinfort, and I want to tell you he can kick the football. What a way to break into the NFL. And here he comes. All right, here he comes, Freddie Steinfort, left-footed kicker. He'll try it. They'll spot it down somewhere, probably around the 15, 17-yard line. David Hum, the former quarterback at Nebraska, will spot it down.
You know, technically, Tony, they had time for another running play. It was 3rd and 2.
I think they just did not want to play with a possibility of a bubble. 21 seconds left. Here comes the snap. Back to Hahn, puts it down, kick up, good! The kick is good! And the Oakland Raiders are out in front, 31-28 after trailing 28-14. 18 seconds left. Never say die. You can never write it off, can you? It's always a great, great comeback play, whether it was Stabler or Cliff Branch or the running of Mark Van Eeghen and Banashek. What a great comeback. Just a few seconds left on the clock, 18 seconds to be exact. When the Oakland Raiders tied that ball game up, they came to life, and when they went ahead, they absolutely went wild. That's about a 20-yard boot by Steinford. Here's a run up by Ray Guy, kick up in the air, headed toward the far side. It's taken on the run. He's better run it back out of bounds at the 30 to 35 at the 40-yard line. And that's going to stop the clock with about 13 seconds left. He's got time for one, maybe two plays. Bell right. Pew out to the left. Here's Bradshaw back to throw. Here come the Raiders. They're coming. Bradshaw getting away from one man. Gonna run it. Now throws it upfield. It's caught out there by Theo Bell, and Theo Bell trying to make his way out of bounds. Does. Nope, they say nope, and the ball game is over. The ball game is over. And the Oakland Raiders have come from behind to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. The final score, Oakland 31, Pittsburgh 28.